he goes for. I was talking to him yesterday when they were celebrating after that victory, finishing top of Group A, and he was saying, yeah, that's what I try and do all the time, and his coach was very supportive of him as well.
I think Barker might enjoy it wide of off stump though.
It's up in the air, and oh, well, great effort. He tries to push his back in, does Imran Asif, but goes all the way over. Like I say, they are clearing the boundary out again, but not by much. But at the moment, they're getting the range just right. And Asif, he's trying to look, he's already though touched the rope there, unfortunately for him. So even if he does push his back in, it wouldn't have. It was always going to be 6 runs. 6 more. Shorter, misses out on it. Be disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think he opted to the off cutter there. He just didn't catch up with it. I think the difference is when he bowls wide of off stump to some of the different base teams that are looking to go mid wicket, that works. But I have a feeling Tunbridge Wells, they'll like it outside off because they'll just take a step to it and go. Their techniques are a little bit more refined. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with.
Well, this time he goes for the Yorker, goes for the block hole. And, think about the 2 while gets there quick enough.
Pretty difficult to get a traditionally run 2 without a misfield on small boundaries, but I like their intent between the wickets.
Yeah,
at least you've got to look.
Yeah, you've got to show that you're prepared to do it, and that's enough just to sometimes put the pressure on the field and make the mistake. Hits this hard. This is going to take some stopping. Nobody's going to stop that. He didn't have to move too far, Imran Asif, but बहुत अच्छा shots. He got timing बहुत अच्छी थी. Power hitting, 4 runs. Joka lag gaya.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Their techniques are good, and it's wide outside off stump. So he takes a good step towards the pitch of the ball and just throws his hands through it. And I dare say if that's a ball that he's bowling to Drew, that might be a play and miss. But for Tunbridge Wells, that's bread and butter.
Yeah. It's all about, like you say, I mean, I think we were saying yesterday so many times that we just didn't see batters get that foot in the right position outside that off peg to play those shots, and that's a good demonstration of how to do it. So they're just keeping at this sort of 10 and over mark at the moment here. Goes for it and he nails it. That's 6 more. Balle, Kinna Sora, Kinna Badda Shaka. And it is Matt Barker that is doing the damage here at the moment. Lovely shot.
Yeah, lovely shot. He's taking this over for a fair few. And, well, we were saying the game's in the balance. If not, the Australian Cricket Tigers were slightly ahead. Barker's on a one-man mission to change that. And sensational batting. They needed somebody to step up. They're under a bit of pressure. He's raced to 24 off 9, and they're 77 for 5 after 7 now.
Yeah, so 3 to go. I mean, 10 and over. We'll get them around about the 107, 110, but I still think
they want more.
Yeah, they want more.
120. They want to get to 120, you think? 13 and over?
Yeah, I think so. And I think now that you've got one batter set, they're certainly looking, will be looking to do that. It's going to be interesting final overs as this one goes to Turek, gets the throw in.
We have a look at the group stages. This is Group A, but obviously we've got plenty more cricket action coming in the following few weeks. I'm looking forward to seeing a few sides throughout there. I'm liking Pakai Care right at the end there in Group E. Also looking forward to watching Albies Albi in Group D. There's a few teams I like. It's going to be a good few weeks of action.
He's gone right across here. The bowler is interested. Nothing from the wicket keeper.
I think this is closer than they thought because he shuffled across originally and they didn't really go up in the appeal.
Yeah, interesting this, because let's have a look. It does go across. Oh, you know what?
I think
it's
goes out.
Definitely worth a shout. I mean, the umpire will be thinking about where the ball's going to go to whether it will go over the stumps or it's going to miss. But looking at it at first glance, that one replay, certainly worth a shout. I'm not sure why the wicketkeeper didn't go up.
Yeah, it was a lot straighter than I think everybody thought, but he definitely shuffled across to play that sweep.
Yeah, I mean, going back to, you said you're looking forward to Pakai Care. Any players there that are on your radar?
Muhammad Kamran. I nickname him.
How did I know you're going to say?
He is going to bowl. He'll be the quickest bowler in this competition. I nickname him Hitman.
So there you go. You're hearing that from
week 5.
Week 5 coming up.
Quickest bowler in the competition.
Yeah, I mean, And shouts to catch it, but got to stop it. More likely he does. Good work from Tariq. Look, I know Cameron very well. I've seen him play in Barcelona, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And the one thing I've always said, and I know you got the opportunity to see it at the lovely ground at Alfaz Tapi, the Sporting Alfaz cricket ground. You got to see him bowl on that. I've only seen him bowl on the surface at Barcelona, which isn't a quick one. I've always wanted to see him bowl on a proper track. As we go back to the action here, and it's Snazzy. And last time a shot like this was tried, it was tried by Davies, and it went straight into the hands of the fielder, Imran Asif. This time it doesn't quite carry, but it's still a good stop.
Yeah, it's a good shot, good fielding by the Hulk there, Mertzer at 45. I sort of feel Barker, though, he's been so good straight. I don't want to see the ramp shot from him. I think he should just sit still. That would have been a low full toss, he could have hit straight for 6. Yeah. I don't like seeing good power players get too cute.
This is lofted, and it goes all the way. 6 more. It wasn't that far away, and well, he's very happy about that shot. Is Barker? I'm not sure why. He stands in the middle. He gives looks back at his teammates. I don't know if we've got the replay of this. Maybe he's not known for hitting 6s. Perhaps, I don't know. But he certainly showed his teammates what he thought of it. Yeah, look, on that ramp shot, I get the feeling that sometimes a lot of players play that shot, but they haven't even checked to see if there's a fielder there or not, because there's no point playing it if there's a man that's there, right?
I think they're trying to get a lot of height on it to try and beat him, but it's not easy to do. I mean, 25. It just comes down to the player's repertoire, but yeah, players like Barker, you'd rather see. He seems to time the ball beautifully straight, and maybe some touch players are trying to play that a little bit more.
Yeah.
So 87 for 5, 2 to go, important 2 overs, and you sort of feel that Tunbridge Wells have wrestled back the momentum right now.
Yeah, this is an important over. So now coming back, to take 2 for 11 so far, and I often say, as you know, Corey, that it all happens in the 9th, and there's some discussion going on here.
I have a feeling we might have had a 5-ball over.
And
no. Let's have a look there. Just a little bit of discussion between the umpires. Not too sure what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Baddo was also involved a little bit there, Christian Davis, so there seems to be something happening. And, well, here we go.
I'm not too sure what's going on here, Rico, but I'm sure we'll be back underway any moment. Here we go.
Back to the actions. Zidane to come in. Starts well, and well, if he can get all 5 of his remaining deliveries in that zone, it's going to be quite difficult to put away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were just talking about fast bowlers. Probably in Group A, Zadran's in the top 2, I'd say. With the action, when he gets fired up, he has a couple of kilometres just sprinkling on top.
Yeah. Was not quite there, probably was more there for the straight hit, but only just a single. All right, we talked about Mohammed Cameron. Anyone else that's on the radar for your national team playing in back again?
Yeah, there is. There's Ishan, the wicket keeper's really talented as well, and Baba Khan as well, the opening batsman. Very talented players.
Good players, and I think certainly suit this version of the game. It's well bowled again, and well, they are cricketers, not footballers, so that's probably understandable.
Yeah, and, absolutely.
Talking about cricketers, we've got some more cricketers in the making coming in to the box here.
I'll tell you what, I reckon if that had hit the stumps, that might have been run out. Hold it for it's a tap in as well. He'll be disappointed to have missed that.
And, here we go. Give everybody a wave to that camera over there. Say hello. We're loving this, you know, loving all the young kids coming out. And the good part is they're all playing cricket as well, having fun, watching the game, learning a bit about giving the signals as well. This one's should be just another single. Well, he may have palmed this away from the fielder that was ready to pounce, but no damage done. 6-1. What a good over this is so far, Corey.
Absolutely. Got to love Yusuf there at cover. He's like an animal, diving his body around the young man. And good over so far from Zadran. No boundaries. Can he escape this over without conceding one?
And once more to Barker. Barker's gone a little quiet. He started well, didn't he? He got his runs quite quickly, and now it's they're just keeping a single, so just another single.
Yeah, it's amazing what an over of no boundaries can do. If he gets away with no boundary in this over, all of a sudden they've just wrestled all that momentum back. So great bowling from Zadran. He's got excellent figures of 2 for 16. 7 balls left in the innings. It's pretty tight.
It's very tight, and can he finish it off in style? And he can indeed. And I said, didn't I, to you, Corey, and we both agreed on that, was that 5 deliveries like his first one is going to be very difficult to get him away, and that's exactly what's happened. An excellent over. Well, it does sometimes all happen in the night, but not this time, because Zadran was on fire. And the only thing that Sahil Zadran hasn't quite done at the moment is perform with the bat. Everything else that he's done has been magical. He's been great in the field. He's taken some sensational catching, and he's bowling. Well, I just think with each game it's just got better and better. Let's see if required, we should say, that he can perform with the bat here as well. And Tunbridge Wells, 93, 5 down, 6 balls to go. I mean, where would they want to be here? I mean,
110 at least.
10.
A lot of pressure on Umar Tariq. His first over went for 19.
And yeah, watch the bounce, and they have watched it pretty well. Good fielding there in the deep. It's the single once more. So it's interesting. Last 7 balls, singles.
Yeah, it can happen sometimes. They just haven't been able to get one out the screws. But a lot of pressure on the 5th bowler Tariq here. 5 balls remaining. He needs to close well. I think Barker will have something to say about that.
And goes up in the air. Third man comes across and takes a simple catch. Well, Barker wanted to have something to say about it, wasn't able to. It's another wicket. Another one bites the dust. And they're just keeping the pressure on. And what a great bit of bowling this is, and fielding from the Tigers from Austria. They're just taming Tunbridge Wells at the moment. Tunbridge Wells are wanting to, like we said, they're wanting to go after one of these bowlers, but so far, everyone who's come on to bowl has got the line absolutely right and keeping the pressure on the team from England.
Yeah, well done to Tariq. I mean, after his first over went for a couple, he could have dropped his head, but he's come back to bowl the all-important 10th over, and he picks himself up a wicket, so he'll be happy with that. And a pretty good innings there from Barker. Pretty explosive, coming all the way down in number 7 position. Could be promoted in the next couple of games. He's done a good job for his team though. He got him out of a bit of a mess, and he should be happy with his work so far.
Yeah, 1 4 and 3 6s. He certainly helped them to get to the score that they're up. But again, looking to go past 100.
Well,
swing and a miss. They're not going to do it like that.
Well, very interesting, Rico. What do you think about this setup? Why? Look where he's standing. Can't reach it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Standing miles outside leg stump. Must be a theory to that. Not too sure. He's moved over a little bit now.
I've got my suspicion. Let's see. Well, hit this really well, and is it going to be stopped? Oh no. No, that's bad. That really is bad. He's not had the best of days. Adil Tariq there in the field, and little things like this can make all the difference, especially when you think about the match that we had before this that went all the way down to the golden ball, and some of the good work that's been done in well, almost the 2 overs before this one has been undone there. Bonus runs gone big, and this will go all the way. Ginna Sona, Ginna Bada Shaka.
Yeah, that's the boost they needed at the end. The misfield 4 cost them, but that's a better shot. He just throws his hands out. It's a wide half volley. Gets enough air on it to go for 6. Costly runs. Yeah, 1 to go.
Costly runs. It takes them past 100 mark, 104. And well, you know what's on his mind? Another Maximo to take it to 110. A little bit of pressure now, which has been put on the young bowler by that misfield, I dare say. In he comes. Hits it hard, and coming in to take the catch, and takes a brilliant catch. Excellent, and showing some more of his footballing skills. Well, we're going to have to talk to Akib Iqbal about his footballing skills, because I get a suspicion that he's a pretty good footballer as well. But this was a good catch. He's a pretty good, or I should say, he's a damn good cricketer. This was not easy. I was going to say, I didn't have time to say it because it was hit so hard. I was going to say, let it drop in front of you, keep it to 1, get the ball in. You don't commit yourself. If that goes to 4 runs, you think about it. But he's just so confident. He says, no, it's mine. I want it. Takes the catch. Good finish there for the Tigers, and I think the Tigers will be very, very happy with the work they've done out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You sort of feel Tunbridge Wells probably 10 under par. I think 115's par in final scenarios. But yeah, brilliant fielding right at the end there. I really like that. A lot of fielders would have gone the safe option, let it bounce, but obviously he's confident. And I think the Austrian cricket Tigers should be confident as well.
Yeah, look, this is a good performance from them. They know they're playing the top team. They're playing the team that was hurt yesterday, a team that are still feeling the pain of that. They would have regrouped Tunbridge Wells and said, right, tomorrow we're going to come back strong. We're going to come back with a mission. But at the moment, things haven't gone their way, and a lot of it has been because some good bowling and some very good fielding and catching from the team. A little bit of fortune there from Tariq Umar, but well, he's done really well, and this is the man that leads them by example, their captain.
Yeah, absolutely, and he does lead them by example, and it was followed up well by the pace bowlers. They've got a good pace brigade, and well, there's a bit of fancy footwork for you, Rico. I know you enjoyed that.
Oh, I love that, and this is just incredible, and the big man, he's enjoyed his moment there with Ashan taking that catch, and they were in a spot of bother for a moment there, Tunbridge Wells. They needed somebody to lift them, and well, thumbs up at that time was for the Tigers and for their wicketkeeper, because he had a really, really good day. Ahmed Chaudhry, I know we've liked his work. He's taken some great catches. That was another good one. And wasn't he having some fun? Or weren't they having some fun? It was a splendid team effort from the Tigers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rico, it was. And then it came out to Barker. Barker came in and threw the long handle at a couple. There's a little bit of a struggle on the rope. But at this stage, Barker started to get the momentum back to Tunbridge Wells. There's a bit of fancy footwork here, but once he was dismissed, sort of felt, well, Austrian cricket Tigers pulled their way back in the game.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I think the bowling, bowled really well. And this was the last wicket, but he bowled a really good second over. Zajan as well, a really tidy over. Remember, just 6 runs from it, all singles, and that's what's given them this position they're in. And look at that, that's a beautiful shot. Love the mountains there at the back. That's always such a breathtaking view. Well, this view, well, who's it breathtaking for? That scorecard. Only 2 men there that really make any real contributions. Alex Williams towards the end there, and Matt Barker with 28, but valuable 28 of just 15. But I still think that at this point, that the team more confident, or the team that feel that they've had the better first half, would be the team from Austria, the champions from Austria, the Austrian cricket Tigers. I think they will. I can probably hear him from here. Ashan Yusuf, the captain, really trying to drill into his boys and his batters to say, look, we've got this. Just do what you normally do. Don't be intimidated. You know what they're going to do. You know what the likes of Bailey Whiteman is going to be bowling at you, and just play your normal game. Corey, what about these bowling figures?
Yeah, pretty impressive from most of them. Only Umar Tariq getting a little bit of tap there at the end, but I think they can all hold their head up high. At the start of this game, if you said Tunbridge Wells will make 104, you'd take that with both hands.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think if that was offered to you to say, right, you're going to be chasing 105 for victory, you'd say, yeah, thank you very much. Let's do it. So yeah, we know that we're going to target one bowler, and it was, like you said, it was Umar Tariq, but he did still pick up 2 wickets as well.
Yep, consolation wickets for him. So pretty enthralling run chase. We think the Austrian cricket Tigers are slightly ahead, but I dare say Tunbridge Wells, well, they'll come out firing, and a couple of wickets in the power play will turn this game around once more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to leave you just for about 10 minutes, and myself and Corey will be back as we come back to this the second playoff. And Tunbridge Wells put 104 on the board. So the Austrian cricket Tigers for victory, and it'll be another memorable one, and it will certainly be another highlight for them this week in this Group A contest of the Better Ball European Cricket League. They need 105 for victory. Join us in about 10 minutes time. Hasta pronto.
Hello and welcome back. We're at the halfway stage in this match between the Austrian Cricket Tigers and Tunbridge Wells. Well, interesting game we have for you here. As Tunbridge Wells got to 104 for 7. I think they'll feel that they're a little bit behind where they wanted to be, but they've got a very strong bowling lineup and a very good fielding outfit. And the opening batsmen, well, they have the responsibility of getting on with it early, and you sort of feel they're going to want to be around that 35 to 40 mark after the first 3 if they're going to chase this down. Balwinder Singh, he's walking out there, the cross-handed bandit, and he is joined by his captain, Ahsan Yusuf. Contrasting pair. Balwinder gets on with it, and Yusuf, a more technical player. So looking forward to this. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. And Marcus Royden looks like he will start with his right arm off spin from around the wicket. If you can call it off spin, he fires him in there. A couple of darts to start as he tries to get out the over without conceding too many. Welcome back to all our viewers around the world via YouTube. And welcome back to everyone in India on Fancode and all the channels around the world where you've tuned in to watch this match. And pretty standard field that he's operated with. Deep mid on, deep mid wicket, ring field on the offside, 45 and square leg in the ring. There's the kids who have filtered in today, enjoying all the cricket action. Great to see cricket here in Spain. Well, it's high, it's up. I think this is going to be out first ball. It is. It's a simple one. And, well, he plays that way. And it's either 6 or out, really, with Balwinder. He seems a bit in shock, but that's how he plays. And you live and die by the sword. He got under it. And a pretty simple catch in the end. So, 1 for none. And, well, it wasn't too much about the delivery, just the execution of the shot. Simple catch for the fielder there. He's never going to drop that, is Dave Smith. Big wicket early, because if Balwinder gets away from you, well, he makes that 100 total pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's going to be disappointing, isn't it? I mean, but you're absolutely right. It's the way they play, and that's one thing I've been saying about the Tigers, Drew as well, and well, the team that we're not going to see any more of, Helsinki Titans. They go for it right from the beginning, but when they lose those wickets, when they lose those top order big hitters early, they then struggle. And a good example of that was the Titans, Helsinki Titans, who after making a blistering start, and were in the 80s at the halfway point, and then ended up losing the game when they lost those wickets. Well, they lost Balwinder. I mean, they still got firepower out there, don't get me wrong, but that's going to hurt because Balwinder normally always gives them a start. Yeah,
absolutely. And like I mentioned, they live and die by the sword. Doesn't matter if it's the first or 6th ball or 5th ball of an over. He goes for it, and he went for that one and skied it. So 1 for none.
Marcus, who obviously missed the game against Drew yesterday, gets the first wicket. Balwinder, well, he made 60 of 22 yesterday, not out. And it just goes to show the difference a day makes, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, this topsy-turvy T10 format, anything can happen.
Almost reaching Marcus on the way back on the caught and bowl chance.
Almost reached him. Tried to nudge it into that big gap on the leg side to get off the mark. It's good bowling. Good defensive bowling here.
Flicks the pads and well, this is a really wild throw. And well, I thought this was going to go to the boundary for 1 minute, Corey.
Yeah, he's thrown that miles over the keeper's head, maybe a little bit too keen, and lucky that the man backing up got his hand on it. It's a wild throw. Look at him there. Good backing up.
It was a real wild throw, but no real damage done. So first runs on the board, 1 for 1. Courtesy of a leg by. No batter yet. And then he runs.
Here's my man Yusuf. I sort of feel the Austrian Cricket Tigers are going to go close in this. He needs to play a substantial innings. Left-handed batsman. Looks class. Pretty sure he's played a high level before this.
No run there.
Good start this by Royden, asking the right questions. Oh, it's a missed stumping. Well, he's beaten him all ends up. That's going to be 4 byes. And, well, disappointing because that would have been a big wicket.
Well, this, yeah, that certainly would have had him in all sorts of bother. And, well, Liam Butterleap for the first time. He doesn't even get gloves to that, but it's
just a bit late.
Yeah. See here, I mean, difficult ones because, of course, he's not seen that at all. He's blinded by the batter, which makes it very difficult.
Oh, he'll be disappointed, but I know he holds higher stead for himself, and maybe an opportunity missed.
Again, oh, he's slow to go, and you just get the feeling that if this was attacked by Dave Smith a little, he would have had the big man in trouble. Sif running to the danger, and that's the end of the first over, and the score is 6 for 1.
Yep, 6 for 1. Only one off the bowling figures though, so Royden's done his job there. He'll be happy with that. But here's where the match gets interesting for me, Rico.
Yeah.
It's the pace of the bowler, Bailey Whiteman. He got a bit of tap yesterday from the Drew batsman. And some of these players in this competition actually prefer the ball coming on. So it's going to be interesting to see how he adjusts his game and if he's going to bowl a bit fuller today.
Yep, and he comes, well, I think he just practiced his run up here. He's going to come round the wicket to the... A lot of the batters, not just from the Tigers, but also I think from Drew and the Titans, should be waiting for these deliveries from Whiteman to play the back foot, and they were going towards it. And like you said, instead of 22 yards, make it 18. I wonder if they're going to learn from that. Let's see from this first delivery. In the air, well, he does go back and he carves this away. Not quite where he intended, but he makes good enough contact, and it's the first boundary off the bat, 4 runs.
Well, I'm interested about this because I noticed 2 things there. Bailey Whiteman ran up with cross seam. He's not bowling trying to swing the ball. So that's interesting. For usually a seam bowler will try and swing that new ball. So maybe that's a confidence thing. Second of all, he's got to get that length fuller. Yesterday he got hammered when he bowled it too short. He's got to get it a bit fuller.
This one was full, maybe a little bit too full, but wasn't able to make anything off it, Yusuf.
I'm really interested to see him go cross seam. I'm surprised.
What would the reason normally be on that? Is it control?
It's control. Obviously he wants more control, but usually a seam bowler, the ball has been swinging this whole tournament, and that it's a little, oh, it's helpful.
Well, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now he's got the seam up. So okay, maybe just to steady himself into the spell.
And well, there you go, seam up, hits the top off middle stump, and he removes the dangerous Ishan Yusuf for 5, and that was a bit quicker, and it was a swing and a miss, a wild swing. I don't think he really had any idea where this was.
No, good adjustment from Bailey Whiteman. This time, seam up delivery, and that is the perfect length, hitting the top of the stumps. Not too short, not too full, wild swing, and he's rewarded with a good bit of bowling. And you can see how pumped up he is, Rico.
Yeah, this is a really good delivery, and you can see what it means to him as well. Yeah, come on, give it some. And, they want this, and they need it as well. They need a big confidence boost. They would have been, like I said, hurt yesterday. It would have been a painful journey home for them. And they've come out here fighting. Things didn't go all their own way with the bat. Life wasn't made easy for them by the Austrian Tigers. But now they're doing it with the ball, and they do back themselves. We know that. Even yesterday, I know they were saying, yeah, okay, it wasn't a good score, but we still believe that we can do this, even though they only posted 86. But they've got a few more to play with this time. And Whiteman is in form, and he comes now to Iqbal.
Oh.
And there is a little from the bowler as well, and he lets this one go. Gets that wrong, that's a wasted delivery. I think this is all about changing from going around the wicket to over the wicket.
Yeah, just seemed to lose himself in the stride there. Good keeping from Liam Butter as well, because that bounced awkwardly in front of him and got himself behind. But yeah, it seems that Whiteman wanted to go cross seam for the first few, maybe to get the control in his bowling spell, and now he's got that seam up. Can he get another wicket for his team?
Oh, that's quick. And good backing up there from Asif. He probably thought twice about it once he saw what the delivery was, but he does get there, and it's now his turn. Face the fireworks.
Yeah, it's a good short ball. Aimed in at the body. He didn't know too much about that one, but jagged back a bit as well.
Really good delivery. Quick. As if not off the mark yet. Face 2 deliveries.
It's very wide as well.
Yeah,
still struggling for a bit of rhythm, isn't he? Just a little bit. This over's been a bit everywhere. He's bowled that Jaffa in between.
Yeah. So looks there. That's the coach there and some of the players around him. They know they're in for a battle here. It's nicely played. It's going to be a difficult one for the fielder, and he's not actually, in fact, going to get anywhere near it. That was a really good shot here. Again, doesn't try and hit it too hard. It's all about placement, and all along the ground as well. Gets right on top of this. 4 runs.
Yeah, class shot. Got the width on offer, back of a length, and hits it away for 4. He obviously gets a lot of bounce, does Whiteman. Can he get it a tad fuller than that?
Asking the question, and the umpire, Charles Crutcher, not interested. Leg by signalled.
No, that's the right decision for me. That's sliding down the leg side quite comfortably. Yeah. It was a big appeal, but definitely not out. But he picks up the wicket in the over. Well, the 2 openers are gone. You sort of feel Tunbridge Wells have come out the better of the 2. 18 for 2 after 2.
Yeah, they have. We haven't seen the explosive shots yet that we used to see from these teams. And there, just to tell you just how they finished in the round robin. So as you see there, the Tigers, they did pip Tunbridge Wells to top spot because of that net run rate. And, top 2 as they finished doing battle here.
Here comes Matt Barker, Rico, and he had a good game with the bat so far. Usually, if you're an all-rounder and you hit some runs with the bat, usually transitions into your bowling spell as well, because your confidence is up, your chest is out.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see if he can continue on his good day.
There we see some discussions. Well, Roger Finer, CEO of the European Cricket. Discussion there with Benita. It's part of the Spring Productions crew.
Nice start from Barker. Difficult length to get that away on that 4th stump line, and respectfully played.
He's warming up to take on those fluid boys. Water, of course, I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a lovely day here today. Much milder, much warmer. It's nicely played. Risky shot, and work to do for the fielder. Does well. Keeps it to 1.
That's one thing you are guaranteed with this Tunbridge Wells side. Really good ground fielding. It's a good pickup out there.
Yeah, that's Mark McLean. He's on as a sub at the moment. And it's Davis Christians. He's off
Injury.
the field at the moment. Yeah, injury.
Potentially.
Full toss. And what do the umpires think about this? And yeah, it has been called no ball.
Now, I think that's the right call for me. My initial reaction was that was just above the waist. And we'll have a look at the replay. Yeah. Got to use the facilities. We'll have a look here, see if you can spot it out the corner of your eye. It looks definitely looking high for me. So that means it's a free hit, Rico.
So it's got the license to go the full Monty.
Well, they did score, so they can change the field. If it was the same batsman on strike, you can't change the field. They've got mid on and deep square leg. Looks like that's changing. Okay, so they're bringing mid on in. They're putting fine leg back with deep square. They're televising that this is going to be short.
Yeah.
If I'm a batsman, I'm sitting back here. Oh, it's the bluff. Oh, and he's up to it, Rico. What a shot that is. Well, they moved fine leg back. So they basically tried to bluff him, but he was up to it.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see maybe a slower ball. I'm pretty sure it was going to be a bluff. I thought we were going to see the slow ball, but he goes for the pitch that one. And this is a really good shot, and there's 2 really nice shots that have been played. And And how about this, played on the offside from the batter there, and he's looking in good shape at the moment, Imran Asif.
Yeah, he does look good. Made some runs earlier today as well.
It is shorter, but once again, he's plays comfortably on that offside, and I have to say, there's not too many batters that we've been able to say that about.
No, that's true. Well, this morning versus Drew, the Austrian Cricket Tigers lost a handful of wickets, and it was that man Asif. He batted through and got man of the match.
Yeah.
So he's in a rich vein of form, and you feel like in this match he's the key right away.
That's a good delivery, nice and straight, Yorker length, and well dug out by Iqbal. Many a batter would have gone right across this, and it would have shattered into the middle stump. So he places well, and just how's that LBW? I reckon put the finger up, leg before wicket for me. That one.
It's an interesting one for me if you run there. I mean, that's deflected off the non-striker, and sportsmanship. Do you go?
Yeah,
for me, I don't think they should there.
Unintentional though, I think. I mean, they have every right to. So it could be a wide ball.
It's one of those. It's one of those in the unwritten laws. You have every right to, but I think if the ball's hits the non-striker, it changes the course of the ball. And, it's a grey area.
In the air, and he's got enough of this. He goes all the way. Kinasona Mano Arriba. Come on, everybody out there in the fan zone, put your hands in the air. That's 6 runs.
Yeah, lovely shot. This one's over pitched, and he just smacks it over mid-on for 6. What an end to the power play. And I tell you what, Imran Asif, he's having a day out with the bat. Man of the match in the game earlier today, not out. And he's the key here as we compare the power plays very quickly. Pretty even. And,
I mean, 34 in this one. And Tunbridge Wells were 29 for 1. So have lost 1 wicket more, but they are slightly ahead.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep it up. I think when the spin comes on later as well, it's going to be, for me, how they play the spin.
Yeah. Not talking about spin here at the moment. As we're going with Dave Smith. Short ball. And Akib, quite happy, I think, at the moment to just take the single and keep feeding Asif the strike.
Yeah, nice shot. That's all he has to do. Asif's ticking. Asif's going at the moment. He's got the momentum. No harm getting him on strike as much as possible.
Ticking away, and that's good also from Asif. He's not, his mindset isn't focused on just trying to hit every ball out of the park.
Yep. I tell you, when you're in good form, you can do anything you want with the ball. That was actually outside off stump, and he just casually tucked it behind. So he's in some good form.
Nicely played again. And, knows what his role is here, and he has made some nice innings himself when required to.
Wonder if they could bring cover and point a bit tighter, try and stop the ones happening.
So, yeah, good point. And you can see they're quite happy with that. We were just talking about Akib Iqbal. We know that he's an outstanding young bowler, but we saw him score 30 of 18 in the victory against Van Holm. Him and Asif was scoring there as well, 29 of 13. So these two, short, doesn't find the gap, dot ball. These two more than capable of putting a good match-winning partnership together.
Yeah, absolutely. I like what Smith's offered so far. No boundary in the over. It's changing his pace up well. Just heard the keeper Buttery say, come on, mate, get out the over, because he's done all the hard work. One more good delivery.
He does just that. Another single. And gets well-deserved round of applause from his teammates. Good over.
Yep, good over. 5 runs off. Asked the right questions. There's not too much pace about him, but it looks like he uses his cricket brain and
are trying to so they put the pressure on, so the batters have to try and get something from every ball, a boundary from every ball. Well, that's the wrong one, and well, he's been picked beautifully, and that just dropped short of the line according to the umpires. Well, all the umpires disagree. One is saying 4, one is saying 6. Well, they're going to put the gloves on and sort it out. Well, let's have a look what we think, and I don't know if we got a better view of that, where this drops. Oh, I think it drops just before. I think that is 4 runs.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think umpire Shub is going to have to retract the call here and say it's 4 runs. Yeah, you've got to do it this way. That's it. Thank you very much. 4 it is. But it was a good shot and picked it well, didn't he?
Yeah, nice shot. So Rico, at the halfway stage, Tunbridge were at 49. So that boundary takes them to 53. They had lost more wickets, but they had such a good finish, so it's tight. It's tight.
It's really tight. They're just staying ahead of that rate, but like you say, is that wicket. But then don't forget, there was a period of time when Tunbridge had a scuttle of wickets fall, and they really got bogged down. I think that's the key thing here. These two just have to keep in their mind, look, me and you, we've got to keep going. They don't really want to be getting anyone in there now. They're both set. They're going to go and finish the job.
Interesting. Bailey Whiteman back into the attack.
Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. You couldn't have hit that better. That is crisp. That is beautiful. Well, you know why he's back in the attack, because I think this is all about Chris Williams knowing he's got to break this partnership, and when you need something to happen, you go to the man you can turn to, and Bailey Whiteman is that man. But that first ball, that is a cracking shot. One of the shots of the day.
Yep, beautiful off the bat. They have gone to the spearhead. They obviously feel they need to get a wicket. I've got one for you. Bailey Whiteman's bowled 7 balls for me, and I reckon he's bowled 1 that was hitting the stumps, and he hit the middle stump. So for me, he's just a little bit short at the moment. Still a little bit short, and they're good on the back foot, right? Mm-hmm. He's bowled 1 ball on the stumps, and he got the stumps. He hit them. Yeah. So just got to get a bit fuller, just a bit fuller. I know he's a big man, but I'm sure he can do it.
Well, what's he going to try and do here? Will he go for that Yorker length delivery, or will he be feeling the hurt of that shot that's been played and try and go right at the body of the batter here? I mean, Asif seems to be stronger on the offside, so maybe the short ball may work. Let's see. Oh, he goes for the fuller one, but this is going to be a wide. Bends his back a little bit more zest in the delivery, but he loses the line. Yeah,
I reckon he'd let the handbrake come off there, because that seemed a bit quicker. Lost his line, but a lot sharper, and straight away, if he can bring that line onto the stumps or 4th stump, I'll be happy. Yeah. I just want to see him bowl a bit fuller, because he's got something about him. He gets a lot of bounce, and they desperately want to wicket this over.
Sends him back, and that's well. Now this is going to be close. They will go upstairs. Does that bat get down in time? Corey, what do you think?
Direct hits are always closer than we think. Where is he? He's going to be. He's
there. Just
home. He's just home. Only by a matter of inches. He sneaks himself back. Brilliant fielding.
Whoa. Excellent work from our cameraman doing the replays there. Elmar's fantastic, and look, a great shout out to our production team. They've absolutely been A1, haven't they? Martins, Richards, Elmar's, Karina, Martins again, Elvira and Chris Tapps. Brilliant job, guys and girls. Fantastic.
Brilliant fielding.
Oh, he's going to take it. Yes, he is. And I thought for a moment he's going to chip it right into his hands, but he's managed. I thought, well, no, it's going over him, but somehow, how has he done this? This is a great take. It's all about, well, I don't think this is just luck. I think he knows exactly what he's doing here. Watch this again. Watch this. He's got it first time, second time, in it goes, and then he makes sure as he hits the deck that ball doesn't hit the ground. I think this is where Vinny would say he's done a little bit of the ice cream cone, keeping that ball in the air. That is a sensational catch, and look at that. They know how important that is. Could that be the one that ends up meaning that this victory goes their way and not the way of the Tigers? Exceptional piece of fielding, great catch, and well, a very good tidy knock comes to an end. He's going to be very disappointed because he hasn't done anything wrong, really.
He hasn't even done anything wrong with that shot. That is just an excellent bit of fielding. He's batted beautifully all day. Imran Asif, he's out for 23 or 15. And sometimes it takes a moment in the field, a bit of brilliance to turn the tide, and that's what we've just seen, because he hasn't done much wrong there. He's got a ball on his legs, he's helped it on its way, but he's picked out 45 of all the fielders, and he's held on to an absolute screamer. So, will that moment of magic in the field turn the tide a little bit? And I think Tunbridge Wells, well, they'll be fancying their chances a bit more now.
Yeah, they will. That was a partnership need to break. The big man breaks it. Barty takes a sensational catch. And this is played towards the man at third, and it gets past him. And there was a shouted catch, and I think that's probably what changed the mind of the fielder. He probably was thinking more, perhaps, about stopping this. And I think you've got to go for the catch here. You get this catch, it could be matched, but it's just eluded him, and then he wasn't able to stop the bounce. 4 runs.
It's a game of margins, isn't it? I mean, he sort of came in, but it wasn't really there. You can see Big Mertzer, he is hanging back, so he's hanging back for that shorter ball. I really reckon if Bailey Whiteman gets it full and straight, like I've said a couple of times, he might be able to disturb the timber.
Goes for the shorter one instead.
I just really believe he's just got to hit that timber. Just keep it there, because that could have gone away as well. He's missed out there.
Yeah, I would agree with you for 2 reasons. One is that I don't think that even though both these batters are good, classy batters, I don't think they would have come against this sort of pace. And I think when it's full and straight, they're going to struggle more than when the ball's banged in short. In the air, and where's this one going to land? And, well, a great effort, but not able to get to it. It's 4 runs. This is, well, if this one was caught, I think I was going to pack up and go home, because that would have been an incredible catch. He's done really well to try and get to it. Steps away from this one a little bit, doesn't he? I mean, he does the right thing, gets right underneath it, and that's what's helped him. Well, he wasn't that far away, but unfortunately, not only is he not able to get hands to it, but the ball goes to the boundary. So it's the end of Whiteman, and the thing here is, all right, they've lost that wicket. That's going to hurt them, but they've also picked up 2 boundaries.
Yeah, they picked up 2 boundaries, and they chanced their arm to Tunbridge Wells. They dropped point back on the fence and brought deep cover up, and that landed exactly where deep cover was. So they gambled. It didn't pay off. Mertzer Hassan, he's 8 of 3, and a good start for him, but we're going to go to more pace. So it looks to me Tunbridge Wells in this game are thinking not many overs of spin. They're going to keep pace on the ball. It's Barker, his turn. This game, well poised.
Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, that hits. Now they're going to go the other end, are they? I think they're just feeding the pressure here.
Sensational backing up. Sensational. That was a chance to run out. These 2 on the boundary on the leg side got into the inner ring very, very quickly. If it was a hit, was it out?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I reckon. I agree with you.
This time they will take the single. And what they've done, also the Tigers, they've taken that rate down below 10. Even though they've lost that wicket, and it was a big wicket. And for Sif, going for 23, but they've just kept the runs flying as well. Full of ball.
Better.
That's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah. You can see all the Austrian cricket Tigers, they've sat back this whole innings, and they've been able to get those cut shots away, right? And whenever they've bowled full, I don't think we've seen maybe 1-6 straight. So get a bit fuller. It's a good bowl away at the moment. Ball could. Have we had back-to-back before?
No, I think the closest we probably get is what they had at Gibraltar. I think 1. Space and wide. Well, this one is a nice shot. It will go all the way. Nice little shot. Just all about timing. He knows that the fielders are inside the circle. He's a big unit, isn't he? Mirza Hassan, and he places delightfully. 6 runs. Lovely shot.
Yeah, banged in outside off and just lofts it. He's such a big man. I call him the Hulk now because of those long green arm straps. He's huge. He's about 6'6". And the one thing is, if he bats for 10 balls, they win the game like this, because he doesn't mess about.
Yeah, good call. He goes big. Oh, that is massive.
Oh.
Adios, pelota. Esta pelota no volver. Esa pelota va para playa. That's going to the beach. In fact, that might even be going past the beach into Marbella. 6 of the best.
Oh my word, that was massive. Look at the full follow through. Hulk smash. Oh, we haven't been able to pick up the ball there because that has gone miles. Jeez, Rico, we just said if he bats for 10 balls, they win. And
that's a sensational shot. Well,
those two boundaries, they've put them ahead now. He's raced to 20 off 6 game-changing innings. Game-changing.
I think you called it when you said stay there 10 balls. And, okay, here we go. Where's this one going? And, well, it's Barker who has the final say. Timber! As he knocks the stumps over. He didn't have to do that, did he? He didn't have to do that. But if that's the way you play, that's the way you play.
Yeah, well bowled. I heard one of the fielders through the stump mark say, win this ball here, Bob. And that's exactly what he did. He kept his head up. He didn't shrug his shoulders after being hit for a big 6. And he gets this prize scalp. Well, this game, we're on for another corker. Don't turn your screens off right now. This is a sensational game of T10 cricket, Rico.
Yeah, well, look, I think this is the last pairing that could do it. Hasn't really had the best with the bat, Sahil Zadran, but we know what he is capable of. Is this going to be the moment for him to shine?
Well, you hope so if you're an Austrian Cricket Tigers fan, and a lot of pressure on him. We sort of feel that they don't have much to come after this. One more wicket, and Tunbridge Wells will probably have an end a bit open. So, interesting game of cricket, plenty to play for. These two teams obviously wanting to finish in the 1v2 spot tomorrow so that you can get the double chance. And looks like might be Alex Williams now has been handed the ball.
79, 4 down, 3 overs to go. Oh, this is a good shot, and he's got it through the two fielders out there. It goes all the way. Ginna Sona, it's shaka time here, but it's almost like it's either a 6 or it's a wicket at the moment. Fun and games here at the Cardamom Oval.
Great shot. Oh, the old flamingo. That is gorgeous, bang. Bit of Mark Waugh in that. Just a little bit on the leg side, and he flicks it nonchalantly over the leg side for 6. Brilliant batting, and what a way to start this over. It releases all the pressure when you find a boundary in the first ball.
Yeah, it certainly does. It just keep the runs playing. Look, I know they're losing wickets, but that rate keeps coming down as well. Under 9 now. Sure. Good reply. Asking the question, well, I don't think the bowler's acceleration or appeal came after the keepers. And maybe that tells you that probably not. Let's see it again.
No, that's the right call. He's missed that. Matty Barker's bent his back there. That took off. That really carried through. I mean, there's no deep cover at the moment, so... Oh, there's a lot of changes going in the field. Okay, here we go. So they're putting point back. So you've got deep point, deep to mid. Mid-off and mid-on are in the ring.
This is into the ground. No run.
Oh, no, sorry. Mid-off is actually back. It's covers in the ring, and mid-on's gone in. So you don't see this too often. Especially in T10, mid-on in the ring and point back. Very rare. So that tells me, if I'm a batsman, I'm thinking he's digging it into the wicket, outside off.
Yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, yes, it's the Costa del Sol. And that is what we're talking about. Sun, sea, sand, and sexy cricket. 6 are the best.
Well, Williams has lost his line there. It's over the leg stump, and it's the old swim pull. And there's Mr. Maximo with the...
Oh,
no.
Maxi takes a tumble. Maxi takes one for the team. Oh, no. Corey, I think you're in for the next bet with me as well.
I knew I'd go up in the rankings. I'm now the number 2 commentator. It's maybe the greatest thing that's ever happened. So that is brilliant what we've just witnessed.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, back to the action. No, he's going to be caught now.
He's going to get himself out. Oh, no. Well, that's a crucial wicket. And here's the skipper that takes the catch. And like I say, it's either a 6 or it's a wicket at the moment.
Well, you can't turn your screens off. Everything's happening in Smash. That shot wasn't called for. He just hit a beautiful 6. He'd flicked a beautiful 6 in this over as well. I don't know if he had to try and lift that over cover.
I mean, I think that's 2 wickets there. I mean, the wicket of...
Big Mirza.
Yeah, Mirza Ishan, and this one here for Keep. You don't need to be doing this. No, and that's not his style.
He's batted well this whole innings, and he'll be really disappointed with that. You can see. Oh, no.
He didn't have to do that. That's a a big bonus there. Now that is the turning point. I think you called it when you said that these two, when Iqbal was there and Zidane, this really are the last two, the recognised batters. Now it's going to be hard work, so a lot of pressure here I think now goes on to Zidane.
What's the score here, Rico? What are they, 14 off 13?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. 14 off 13. But we think they've got a bit of an end open here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You can definitely see that brings it into over 91 for 5. But young Tariq, there's a lot of pressure on him. Zadran, well, he has to take over, you'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you just have a look. These are the little things like this, isn't it, that I think some of these teams will learn. Is there's times when you have to value your wicket, and those are times when you know that if you stay there, you're going to get the win for your team.
Well, I have a feeling as we look at the Worms here, and they're basically identical, Royden's coming back into the attack. He's with his right arm off, his quick darts around the wicket. I have a feeling Tunbridge Wells are actually still in this game. I think it's 50-50. I think they've opened an end up. You've got two batsmen on 0.
Yep.
It's not easy just to come out and hit the ball straight away. I think this is a lot closer than what most people will think. If anything, I think Tunbridge might sneak over still. It
all depends on the mentality, though, of the Tigers. Will these two batters think, look, let's just make sure we get something off every ball?
Well, this is good. This is good. I'm glad they brought the off spinner on, because the medium paces and paces have been tapped a bit. And well, if this over only goes for 4 or 5, I back them in to steal this.
Knocks to Reardon who bowled the very first over. There he goes, the aerial route. How much of this has he got? Oh, that is a total mess up.
That's the game.
Going to be I think that's 6, and that's Bailey Whiteman, I think.
Well, that would have opened both ends up. That's dropped it. That's 6, and I think that's the game now. Well, if he caught that, I thought he had it. He made good ground, Rico.
He did everything right, but I think he's totally missed this in the end. Look, it's totally gone through him. On the rope, 6 runs.
Yeah, 6 runs for sure. Hits the rope on the full for me.
Disaster.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Whiteman. Yeah, here's the signal. 6 runs.
The ultimate punishment. I thought he made good ground. I thought he had it.
Well, and look, it's really got to get some dots in here now. He goes for the big one again. It's touch and go whether he's going to get there or not. He doesn't. Plays it safe. Takes a single.
Interesting. Now, young Tariq's on strike. He's got nothing to lose here. Just got to get bat on ball here. Take the game on. Good bowling for Royden. He's really slanting it across the right-handers.
Full of delivery, you will get one. Yeah, just a little bit too full there. Made it too easy for the batter.
We might look back at that dropped catch, because if that's caught, different game.
That's caught, it's game. He needs to be thinking smart here. Have a look at the scoreboard.
Over the wicket.
And I think he is thinking smart. He doesn't throw the bat at this. He knows that he's got to stay there. The thing is, he's got to be thinking about getting to the other end as well.
A one off this ball's not the worst, but do you think he's thinking 6 to win? Do it in glory?
I think if it's there, he'll go for it. He goes for it. Where's he's going to end up? And it's going to end up being caught.
Game on.
Game on now, because Zidane gone. I think it was either going to go for the big hit or the 6, or we had to think about getting the single. Me personally would have thought go for the single, have 6 balls to try and get the 5 runs needed off the last over. But with that wicket gone, well, this game is now wide open. Who is going to be the hero? Who is going to be the villain?
Yep, you can flip a coin on this match. Marcus O'Royden, sensational over. He could have had 2 wickets in the over, and if the other one was caught, he wouldn't have conceded many. So, game on a knife edge, because we're into that middle to lower order, and we know the Austrian Cricket Tigers have been heavily reliant on that top order. And we have the teams for the next game. This is another eliminating match. Svanholm versus Star CC. And well, Star CC, can they continue their merry run and maybe cause another upset? Stick with us to see that shortly. But while we're here, game on. We couldn't have another golden ball, could we?
Wow.
Surely not.
Look at that. Everybody is on their feet watching. There was Daniel Weston there with James Cantor as well. Let's he play this. Well, that's one. It's sensible.
Oh, this just has the feeling of a last baller here. Chowdhury hasn't faced a ball, and it is not easy to come out and score off your first ball. A dot ball here or another wicket. This is going right to the wire. Tough to call.
Run a ball required. And they've got to go. I think that's the other thing. I think they've got to back themselves. I think every time bat hits ball, you've got to go. You've got to charge. I mean, they've still got wickets in hand. This is all going to be about how well you run, I think.
There's going to be a wicket here somewhere. You just feel it. You just feel there's a little turn in this game. A little moment. A moment of brilliance, maybe.
Will Tarek go for glory with one shot? And this is it. That's the dot. He needs to get bat onto ball and doesn't move his feet here at all.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he gets an edge on that before they win the game. Any bit of bat helps, but just feel it's a lot to ask for young Tarek. Oh, pressure on him.
Yeah. The other thing, sorry, Corey, Chaudhry's got to be backing up. He's sitting in his crease. He's got to be going straight away. He's got to be looking to try and get to the other end. Goes in the air. I think this may just drop safe. It does. Oh, great effort. And they're taking him on. Going for two. And I think he's going to get there.
I'll tell you what.
I think he's going to get there.
If he gets there, that is one of the greatest Superman dives I've ever seen. He got the one over. This is going to be close.
Well, let's have a look. Let's wait and see. He's sliding in from a long way. Keep an eye on it. He's out. Well, he's gone. He's gone.
He's just by about an inch.
Millimeters. It couldn't be even. It could not be closer.
Oh no!
The line belongs to the fielding side. He is gone. So one run and out.
Yeah, well that saves a run. So that is a huge moment where they say it's a game of inches. That's a game of millimeters. That is so close. So close, but he's outrun out. It's an extra run to save, and for me, Tunbridge Wells are slightly ahead now.
Well, look, take nothing away from the bowler because Dave Smith takes this one-handedly and takes the bails off. Well, where are we at now? Where are we at now?
Oh, I don't know. I've lost track. There's too much going on for me, Rico.
I believe it's... Are we on? Oh, it will come up. On a moment, I think we're looking at 3 here required. Good ball hit and no run. Oh, well, drama here. It was 3 in 2. So 3 required. The last ball, 2 for a golden ball. Could it be?
I don't think they'll be able to get a 2 against Tunbridge Wells' good outfielding. They're going to have to hit a boundary to win this. I don't think they can get a 2.
I think also that last one there wasn't taken clean. You've got to be running. Got to be running.
Last ball.
Well, they're going to have to run hard, but there's only going to be a 1, and it's going to be a victory. Tunbridge Wells hold their nerve. And once again, Austrian Tigers, they thought they were going to win this. They had it in the bag. But the team, the champions from England, Tunbridge Wells, they held their nerve. They bowled well there towards the end. They picked up the key wickets and they get a win. Well, 2 very close finishes. I don't think we can handle this, Corey.
No, we can't. And congratulations to Tunbridge Wells. They held their nerve at the end and they got the wickets at the right time because it brought in the lower order. And we know the Austrian Cricket Tigers are top end heavy. And they've missed an opportunity to get a win and a bit of bragging rights, but I have a feeling we're going to see these 2 teams feature again later in this competition.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was a very close one. You can look at little things that made a difference. I mean, the drop catch for Whiteman could have been crucial, or would have been crucial if Tunbridge Wells didn't win this, but I just think that wicket, especially that one later on of Akeem Iqbal, that was key. He did not have to throw his wicket away. As we're looking at some of the highlights, it wasn't the best of starts because one of their star batters, Mohinder Singh, was gone on the very first ball of the innings, and then the captain, well, he played some nice shots, the left-hander Hassan Yusuf, but well, then one of few quick deliveries from Bailey Whiteman right at the stumps, knocked him over. But then we saw some excellent hitting from Imran Asif. He certainly played some beautiful shots, and he's probably another one to be disappointed to give his wicket away when he got to 23.
Yeah, absolutely, because they were looking pretty comfortable at the crease at this stage, and there was a lot of cut shots in this inning as well. They played the short ball really well, and the Australian Cricket Tigers, at this stage, we thought we're going to get on with it and go and get the win, but they just lost wickets at the awkward time.
Yeah, I mean, they lost wickets. I mean, this was when Whiteman came out. How about that? I mean, that really does change things. That was Viraj Bharti taking an absolute fantastic catch, and they knew what that meant. But the thing was, with the Tigers, a wicket went and somebody else came in, and what they did is they hit boundaries. They kept chipping away, even though the wickets were falling. But it was Iqbal, I think, it all relied on. And then, well, this was a great shot. This was the wicket of the big man, Mercer. There's that one as well, wasn't there? I mean, he came in. I know he only knows one way to play. This was the one they were appealing for. And this was a lovely shot. And watch out, because there's a Maximo about till he gets the throw in. But watch out, there he goes. He's down and out. And, well, I don't know about a Maximo. That was a Maximo. And watch those trousers.
And then at the end it was a big moment there. We thought that drop might have swayed it in the Austrian Cricket Tigers' favour, but they just picked up a wicket at the right time. It brought in that lower order, and unfortunately for them, they couldn't get over the line. This run out though, imagine if they had that one extra run.
Yeah, well, if they had that one extra run, that was a big jumping for joy. They needed that. It probably wasn't as emphatic as they would have liked, but it doesn't matter. After being blown away yesterday, they've come back and they're back to winning ways.
Yeah, absolutely, and well, there's still a lot to play for in my eyes in this group stage, because Drew just lost to Austria as well. So now you've got Drew playing the English side, and if Drew beat the English side well, their net run rate would drop lower and they'd finish third. Yeah. It's very, very tight, and we'll have a quick look at the scorecards. Well, the three men in the middle, they did well, but they just need to do a little bit more.
Look, this is where as a coach, when you reflect, you say, look, okay, Asif, Iqbal, Ashan, you did that well, but when you get into the 20s and the 30s, you don't give your wicket away. You bring it home.
Yeah, you need one of them to bat through. Yeah. You need one of them to be at the end, because it is difficult to rely on the lower order to then make the runs under the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, again, both teams, thank you for another fantastic game. Entertainment, quality at its best, and drama as well. And, well, it's always a frenzy of action-packed entertainment. Would have been a drama as well. The bowling figures there, well, look, I mean, Matt Barker, he did take a little bit of whack. Bailey Whiteman as well, went for 24, but he did pick up those 2 wickets. But top bowler there, Marcus O'Riordan, the man who's a professional at Kent, took 2 wickets for 9 runs, and that made all the difference there at the end.
Yeah, it did. He bowled really well. For me, that last 9th over that he bowled sort of helped them along the way and spearheaded that late comeback, and all the bowlers will be pretty happy to defend a low score. And well, there's the final scorecard on your screen, a 1-run victory. I do remind you, the game before this was a golden ball. We had a tie, so it is the day of close matches, Rico.
Oh, well, what a day it's been. Yesterday was the day it was all about power, and yet today it's all about close finishes, giving you drama. Well, they say giving you value for money, and you won't see better cricket than this. I don't care what you say anywhere where you go, and well, it's even going to get even better, because now we've got another eliminator on the way. We've got Svanholm, team that we know, a talented team, got good all-round experience, but you know what, at this moment in time, I don't think any team will be wanting to play Star, would you?
No, well, you could say that Star have definitely impressed today, and you never know, can lightning strike twice, and can they upset Svanholm? I'm not too sure. I think Svanholm's a good side, and they'll be wanting to creep into that 4th place and make it to finals day tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, an excellent day of cricket here in the sunshine off the Costa del Sol in Malaga at the beautiful Cartama Oval. Once again, remember, if you're in the area or if you're in Spain and you fancy seeing some quality cricket and having some great entertainment, come and join us here at the Cartama Cricket Ground. It's on the road between Cartama and Coin. It'll be lovely to receive you, and trust me, you'll certainly enjoy being here. It's a fantastic setup, and you'll certainly enjoy the welcome that we'll give you in the company around here. But for the time being, it's time for us to say adios for a short while. Remember, we've got another terrific match coming up. It's going to be the second eliminator, Svanholm Cricket Club against Star, the team that came back from the dead. They literally did. They gave us a golden ball finish. They are on a high. Can they do it again? Can they book themselves a place into tomorrow's finals day? But join me, and well, we're going to say goodbye to Corey for a little while. Thank you, Corey. It's always a pleasure, and I love the insight that Corey gives to the matches with his coaching background and experience. But now we're going to go back to Mr. Maximo, and I tell you what, we've got a lot to talk about Maximo. I think he's going to have a few grass stains on the back of his blue shirt, and we're looking forward to welcoming him back in the commentary box. But for now, it's time for to say, well, go and get yourself a cup of tea, maybe make yourself a sandwich, and come back, sit tight, because there's plenty more action to come your way. Hasta pronto. See you back in about 10 minutes time.
Hello and welcome back to the Costa del Sol, and now it's time for Eliminator number 2. It's match 19, and well, I'm here at the Giant Ice Cube, and I can't wait for this game between Svano, who finished 4th, against Star CC, who had a shock victory, a golden ball victory over the Helsinki Titans earlier today to keep them alive. Well, from the Giant Ice Cube over to the Giant Ball, where the tournament referee Rob Kemming is waiting with the 2 captains.
Your call. Keep us cool. Put us keep it.
Well, the news from the Giant Ball, the Giant Coin, is that it came up keeper. And that means that VJ Decisive, the Star CC skipper, has won the toss. He's elected to bat first. That's how they did it the first time. It was kind of an ugly innings, to be honest, but they were able to defend it. And well, what drama we had. And their golden ball hero there, Jatin Maran, I think he will be a key in this match. They need their stars to fire the stars if they are going to get through to finals day. Svanholm, well, it's all about the openers for them, Musa Mahmood and Hamid Shah. They'll be really tough to handle, I think, for the team from Luxembourg, but they're still in with a chance, and well, anything's possible. We know that. That's what we've seen so far in ECL 22. Rico Full is with me in the commentary box for this one. I'll be up there in a second, but for now, I can tell you, Rico, the news from the toss is that Luxembourg, their team, Star CC, they won the toss, and they'll be batting first.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Maximo. It's good to see you still standing, and I'm going to, well, assess... and if you didn't, we'll get Maxi to put it back up for you. He likes to put other people in the limelight when they get people wrong. And I think Corey said to me, you picked on me when I dropped that catch. You make sure you pick on him when he drops himself. Well, what a match we're getting lined up for here. And it's going to be a corker. There he goes, down he goes. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, folks, but look, I was worried that he's going to rip his trousers there for a moment, but he stays in one shape. Star. It was the first eliminator against the Helsinki Titans. It looked out of it. Nobody would have given them hope. And somehow they managed to get a win. It was sensational. It went all the way down to the golden ball, and it was their man, Justin Madden, who had a super game. 49 he scored, and then he took 3 wickets in the match and also bowled the golden ball, which went through just for 1 bye. They weren't able to get the 2 runs that they needed. So they're doing the same again. They're having a bat. And that means it's going to be Shiv Gill who's going to be doing the opening, and it's going to be Manapali who's going to be out there with him. And Svanholm, well, this is going to be their match, only match today, and they'll be hoping it's not the only match they're going to play in the rest of this Champions League of cricket. Same as before. The winner goes on into tomorrow's final and will be the 4th team to go into that setup. The loser is going to be getting on a flight back home. So where's that airline going to be going to? Will it be going to Denmark, or will it be going to... So we get ready to start. Winning the toss and wanting to bat first. Pukir Ahmed is ready to bowl, and Gill didn't quite get going in the first match. Made a good start, a blistering shot for 4, and I thought, well, maybe we're going to see a big score from him. But then he fizzled away into the pads. Tries to steer it away, not able to do so. Start from Pukir Ahmed. See the noise being captured there now from the mic there by the team tents. Ahmed once more to Gill, and this one is, well, more of an assertive appeal, and well, that's a very, very difficult one. I mean, let's have a look again. Could seen him given, I'll say that, but this is where the umpire's going to decide here, Nicholas Patel, whether A is going to go on and hit the stumps, maybe it's just going to miss the leg, or is he going to go over the stumps. But, well, umpire's called that one for me. Dot ball. This time there is bat on the ball and gets himself off the mark. Who would have thought it? That they'd still be with us. Not too many. Golden ball drama. And so Star CC are still here and still fighting. Played. Oh, good bit of fielding, diving forward, attacking the ball. Nice to see.
Important part of this job. Last ball of the second over.
And, this gets played out lamely to the man at long on. It will just be a single.
So, yeah, it's good to be back. And there you go. That's kind of what I looked like, I think. But yeah, I'm here. And so,
I'm going to stay.
no, well, what? So that's why they don't have obstacles on the field. See, that's why. But look, no, it's great to have your company. And look, I really enjoyed the last game. We almost had back-to-back golden balls. We had 2 and 3 last week. I thought there's no way we're going to get 2 in a row. The odds of that, you know, the odds of that 2 in a row. It's about 1 in 5,000. About 1 in 5,000.
But you were close to it yesterday,
2 games.
last night, and we were close to it today.
Yeah.
So that's actually 4 games that got really close.
That's true. Anyway, here's Moe's Raza to bowl the 3rd over. Shot. Yeah, that's going to go all the way, and it's going to bounce off the top of the fence. Well, that was straight as the day is long from Shivkaran Gill, who moves into the 20s. Well, Star, they're playing with some swagger now, Rico.
Look, when Gill is going, there's nobody better. He really is, and that's the thing. He can't lose his shape. He can't lose his wicket. If he can give them a good start, and you still got people like Malan to come in, well, they can get to that 120 score again, and maybe even beyond.
Yeah. So Raza. Oh, this is stand-up sweep time. Think about a ping. How good are the direct hits been today?
2 out of 2, right?
Yeah. It's been very entertaining cricket. Look, the cricket's been very entertaining over the round-robin stage. Don't get me wrong, Rico, but one thing we have lacked is probably a couple of the close finishes. Oh, we've got 2 epic ones today already. And yesterday was entertaining for a different reason with Drew and their chase, but there was nothing close about that result. And Tunbridge Wells recovering to win, but by the barest of margins over ACT. That throws things wide open going into tonight. ACT will finish 2nd or 3rd depending on the draw result. This one down the ground. Yeah, just to talk you through the top 3 situation. Well, that means Austria have a win and a loss, and England have a win. Now, if Drew can upset England tonight, they'll all be 1 and 1. In fact, it'll go down to net run rate. Okay, but if England beat Drew tonight, then they'll finish top. ACT will finish 2nd with a double chance, and Drew will finish 3rd. Won't get a double chance. They'll have to play an Eliminator in the morning. Runs at him and misses. And so, really, that's wide open now as well. I mean, surely we couldn't see anything like we saw yesterday, but will the French confidence carry through? The other thing you'd have to say is we only saw 2 batters bat against England yesterday. You can't really judge a whole team on 2 batters, but the last bit of bat in this, I think. Maybe not. Umpire will give it a leg by.
It's been a good over so far, nice and tidy, pitching the ball up.
Yeah, Luke Belgium just commenting in the chat that last time Svan Holm beat Star in the last over during their group game, so it might be a close contest. Yeah, Star pushed them at the end, and so it's a good matchup here. It was actually just last night, wasn't it? Svan Holm chased down the 81 in the last over. Driven away. To be just 1. It'll finish the power play. We'll have all 10 wickets in hand, but maybe a few less than they want to be. At the end of 3 overs, the score is 28 for no loss.
Yeah, I mean, just missing 1 or 2 big hits. I think that was a nice tidy over from Raza, nice and full and straight. Didn't really allow the batters to do too much damage with it, and it's a good over there. Needed that one because they got away a little bit in that second one.
Yeah, 5, 13 and 10. They're the over scores in the power play. Takir Ahmed is very good. Probably won't see him till the end though. He tends to like to bowl top and tails, first and last. And they do have some good bowling options. Svan Holm, I think it's all about their openers as well. Like I mentioned at the toss, the captain Hamid Shah, who just looks a little bit sore. And you can understand why. He's had a big week.
Yeah.
So took that Superman catch, and here we are on Super Thursday. And as well as Musa Mahmood, who was outstanding, wasn't he? And he was opening the batting yesterday. Highest individual score of the tournament to date. But yeah, just look at Hamid Shah. He's definitely not moving the way he normally is.
As freely as
still using him at long off, so I wonder about that a little bit if he's not fully fit. As we see, Ataullah coming into the attack. Keep it up to the stumps, Hashmi. And, well, see, this one, well, could be out of here hits, and he would have been out. Yeah, this is a con, I should say. This is a negative about being up to the stumps, because if Hashmi's back, he catches this, right? It's a big edge. I'll see this maybe from the front, or you'll see that it's a flexion.
Well, that would have been out for sure.
It was out by a mile, but Hashmi's just got no chance of catching this. In fact, he does well to get some leather on it. But he's up there trying to put pressure on the batters. Ta'ata'ullah, who's not slow. That's out.
He's gone.
Yeah,
He's
well
gone.
done.
That's exactly what you're talking about. That's a perfect example there, and that's why I think for me he's been the best wicketkeeper so far.
He's outstanding. Now, I'm not even going to the replay for this. I saw it from up here. Oh, actually, this is interesting because he's down, and then I reckon it bounces up.
Well,
Here's the thing: is he running or diving for his crease? Because that's when it's relevant. If the bat's on, if they've already made the ground or not. Now, in my opinion, this is out because at the instant the bails are broken, there, I think his bat's in the air.
same as a foot. If a foot goes down,
if
then
you had
comes
your
back
foot,
up.
and I reckon he's given it not out. See, I don't know. It's
Tough
an
one.
interesting one. It's not when you're in on a stumping, in my opinion. I mean, probably because us going frame by frame. Maybe they've just made it. They feel it's a common sense decision. It's not out. Well, traumatic moment. Well, I called it.
Yeah,
But that's why I'm not
I think
umpiring.
we both called it. I mean, I thought it actually was more convincing than that.
Talk about the
It's
keeper being
close.
quick,
Yeah.
but how quick was the batter to get his bat down? I mean, that was crazy. Yeah, my point is this: they made a rule. Well, they changed the law in 2017. If you're running or diving for your crease, and once you make your ground, that's it. Even if you bounce up, as long as you continue in that motion. But in my opinion, he's not running or diving for his crease. Then he's just trying to put his bat back. And if you had a foot that you couldn't keep in the air, I mean, why is a bat different to a foot? So I mean, literally, we're talking frame by frame. So, okay, maybe say the spirit of the game or whatever. But I mean, we make millimetre decisions, don't we, now in cricket? So I think I'd be a bit dirty if I was a keeper. But then also, batter would be dirty when he put his bat back before the keeper had taken the bails. Anyway,
I think it all depends on the interpretation of that law, doesn't it? When, as you said, if they're taking a run and they're diving in and the bat goes down and then pops up again and the bail's taken off, they say it's not out. But does the same apply in that situation? Because his bat went down first and then it bumps up.
yeah. And also maybe it was between frames the exact instant, you know. It's in the air, and this will be out. And it's taken simply. So Gill gets 23 but goes no further as he becomes the first wicket to fall here in Eliminator number 2. It's a must-win game for both these teams. And simple catch in the end. And Hamid Shah just moved out of his regular position, maybe to have a bit of a rest. Well, he didn't get a rest. He got a catch. He did well to get in. Had to do a bit of work. Ta'ata'ullah gets the wicket. 31 for 1.
Yeah, Ula hasn't he been good? I think he's always picked up wickets. He's always come up trumps for his captain, and his captain returning the favour by taking the catch. Well done to whether they get the breakthrough and they get the big wicket off Gill. Interesting here now what Star do. Bear in mind that we are in come to the end of the 4th. We're starting the 5th over. That's Madden coming in. It looks like he is coming in. And if he is, I think that's a good call for me. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, 100%. Got to get him in here. Just fallen away from where they want to be. After 4 overs, 31 for 1. So it's going to be interesting to see how things progress. Just under 8 and over. So yeah, they need to get a wriggle on. I think they need kind of 2 a ball from here. So 2 a ball from here. Be 72 more runs, gets them over 100. I think that's what they need. I think Madan, well, he's having a magical day, isn't he? Golden ball hero. Has to watch for now, though, as Zishan Khan comes into Manapali. He's hitting the ball well, isn't he? These 2 are important as well.
Yeah,
Remember they made big scores.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Vinny. Manapali played some really nice shots in that last match. He's such a fluent stroke player.
Yeah.
I would say he's an aggressive hitter of the ball. It's all stroke play, but when he gets the timing right, it's epic.
Speaking of good keepers as well, Manapali also an excellent keeper. Loved his leg side something last night, which removed Musa Mahmood in his corresponding fixture. So on my way down to Gibraltar, I watched that one. I thought that was a nice bit of work, very smart bit of work. Because you always lose the ball when it comes to the other side of the batter. What did you guys think about that decision, the stumping? No doubt about this one. This is a really good ball, Zishan Khan. I often say, Rico, full and straight. It's always a good time to bowl that way. And that's exactly what Zishan Khan does. Now he picks up a wicket. And this is the big wicket of Madan. Very first ball. He's got to go. So his day changes dramatically in an instant. It's 32 for 2.
Yeah, I mean, look, this was absolutely sensational. And, well, he's another man who, a bit like Bhawinder Singh, things just tells you that just because you scored runs in one innings, that means he's going to carry on the same. Bhawinder Singh, 49, and then, I should say 60. Then out first ball, and here we see Madden scored 49 earlier today, and he's gone without troubling the scorer. Goes off East first ball as well. So now they're in a bit of bother because the two batters that have carried them through to get to reasonable scores have gone. Look, they will know that they made Svanholm work very hard to get to the 81 they needed for victory yesterday, and if they can get to the magical three figures, 100, I think they'll believe they've got a chance.
Yeah, I mean, that's cricket, isn't it? One moment you're up, one moment you're down. I'm going to argue against myself on that stumping call in a minute. I'm going to take the other position.
Okay, go on.
Just because I'm fair and balanced.
You weren't very balanced today, mate.
Hey, you're not meant to be the funny one. It's just going to be a single. What I will say is, okay, we caught a moment where the bails were off and the bat was in the air, but the camera doesn't catch. It might be between frames, right? So we're talking about the instant. We're getting really technical here. The instant the bails come off, that's when it's relevant. And we capture before the bails are off and when the bails have just been taken off. The first one he's in, the next one he's on. So maybe there's enough doubt for the third umpire to give it not out. Maybe it's not a bad call after all. It's in the air. Well, this one should be caught as well, and it will be. And the wickets keep on tumbling. And this time it's Manapali, who looked good while he was there. Played some nice strokes, but this one he doesn't get enough on it. And, well, yeah, they moved Hamid Shah out of that position. But it was a nice catch nonetheless. And that's 3 wickets down, quick time. Stars are 33 for 3.
Yeah, they're struggling here now. Not only have the big guns gone, and Zishan, well, he's got a smile. Goes a broad smile because things are going really well his way, and that was a lovely catch taken there.
Abdullah Mahmood, because I think Hamid Shah is not quite right. There's something wrong with him, maybe a groin strain or some sort of lower leg problem. But Hamid Shah is not moving well, so Abdullah Mahmood has deputised for him in his regular position. Unfortunately for Manapali, he's got to go. It's the 3rd wicket, and after a reasonably bright start, they have lost 3 wickets for only 2 runs. And this is what I'm worried about with Star. That kind of feeling. We've been on such a big high, and I still think, regardless what happens this game, they will walk away from today still kind of walking on a cloud. But I mean, Svanholm, they'll be a bit dirty. They didn't finish in the 3, to be honest, and they'll want to. Yeah, they want to make a point here.
That was interesting the way they went about that chase yesterday against Star. Back to the action here.
Short and played straight to the fielder, no run.
Yeah, just held that one back a little bit with the bowler, Zishan Khan. Yeah, it was an interesting chase. You thought they would have gone for it to try and finish off quickly. At one point, myself and Corey thought that if they did knock the runs off sort of inside 6 overs, they wouldn't have found themselves in this position. But it was not to be.
It's a bit low. Instead of a pretty good over from Zishan Khan, to say the least. 2 wickets and 2 runs. And at the halfway point start, they are 33 for 3.
Yeah, look there at the, not so much, well, first of all, the batters that have gone, Gill, Manapali, Madden, all batters that they rely on. Vishwanath, we haven't really seen too much from him, and the captain there decided. We've seen that both of these guys can hit the ball pretty well, but it's sort of been the case of 1 or 2 boundaries, and Bob's your uncle, but they've got to stay there a bit longer, and this is where it counts. Wouldn't they love to see a 50 partnership between these two to get them back where they need to be here?
Well, this could be another one, and it is. Maurice Raza comes back with immediate effect, and the collapse is on. That's a 4th wicket in the space of 2 runs. But it's a revolving door, and this time it's Roshan Vishwanath who's got to go. It was just a thick outside edge, just loops the man in the circle. See, just clears that front leg. trying to go down the ground, but played slightly down the wrong line. Catch was taken. And I'll tell you what, he's been in the game no matter where he's put Hassan Shah during this series. That's his zone note. At short third man or third man on the boundary. And so it's a 4th wicket now. Luxembourg champions Star CC, they are 33 for 4.
Yeah, they're in all sorts of trouble. Just 2 balls for 1 run. And something to think about as the new batter makes his way out there. And he joins his captain, Vidikuma Desea. And that wicket fell just as I was saying. They would love Desea and Vishwanath to get a partnership together, which not to be, or maybe it can be with Chingigar. Hasn't really made a mark in this Betball European Cricket League yet. This could be a good time to do just that. Great start from Raza in his second over. Just went for 9 in his first. Picks up a wicket off his very first ball in the second.
Raza
now
just loses the handle down the leg side. And so the Danes, if they're chasing a similar kind of total, do you see them having the same approach as they did last night? You said that perhaps it was a little bit conservative. I mean, you can't really afford to do that, can you, in an eliminator when your tournament life is on the line?
2 men wait on the leg side. 2 men straight. Cover on the offside boundary. They're the men that are outside the ring. The 5 that are allowed. Just straying now here. Made a good start to the over, Raza, and now he's straight down the leg. I mean, these are all valuable runs, and it was a close, low-scoring battle yesterday between these two. And they did it, chased down the score with just 4 balls to go. So they need to try and save the runs. This one, I don't think it's got the distance, and it's been really well taken. That's a lovely catch. And Zishan Shah, well, he can't do anything wrong at the moment. Excellent bit of fielding. What a great catch.
Yeah, well, they could have raffled that one because it was in between them, wasn't it? And Zishan Shah, experienced campaigner. And once again, we see this is Farhad Chinaga, who just didn't quite get the contact he wanted. Well, they had to raffle it. It was lucky number 15. And Zishan Shah takes the catch and continues the collapse.
The second golden ball in the innings. And he goes with that score and goes first ball.
Golden ball or golden duck? We always had 2 golden balls.
Did I say golden ball?
You did.
Oh my word. Well, that's a sign. That's a sign it's coming.
Well, if this one goes to a golden ball finish as well, I might have to have a lie down, but Chinaga, unfortunate for him, he's got to go. First ball, it's 35 for 5. Now, they have lost 5 wickets for 4 runs.
Ooh, that hurts. Really hurts. Captain, you've seen them all fall at the other end.
He's a man that's come up with a bit of brilliance earlier this week, Murali Ravichandran. A one-hand hanger coming back from short third man. A lot of people excited about Drer coming in match 5. We have to wait a little bit for that one. Just starting match 4 here. Trouble for the Stars. Oh, another one. And guess what? Maurice Raza has 3 in the over. And, well, it's pity about those wides, because that's actually 3 wickets of 3 legitimate deliveries. But the hat-trick was broken up with a couple of wides. But still, I mean, that's another one that comes, another one that goes. And this is disastrous now as the score tumbles to 35 for 6.
There is no better sight for a quick bowler than that. That is an absolute corker of a delivery. It's absolutely beautiful. And you won't see better. New batter comes in, and that's the one thing. That's the one place you don't want it when you walk it out there. And well, that is the 3rd golden duck of these innings, and that also means that Raza on a hat-trick.
Let me tell you something. So Michael Kelly, who was playing for Turek in the Gibraltar series, 3 or 4 weeks ago in the domestic competition, he took 4 wickets off the first 4 balls of a match. Okay, so that's pretty good.
Right.
I said that was pretty good that you did that. You know what he said to me? He said, when I was younger in juniors, I took 6 wickets in an over. He took 6 wickets off he took a wicket off every ball in an over. And although there won't be a maiden because there was a couple of wides, Raza has three out of 3 legitimate balls this over. Maybe he's on track for a 6-wicket over. Then we'll have a lie down. Dancing Harpal is going to be in and actually batted pretty well earlier.
Batted very well.
Harpal, didn't he? Came in towards the end of the innings. Now he's got to do it for a slightly longer period. Pretty much almost half the innings left here.
Look, that innings from Harpal, I think he made 11. But he made him off not too many deliveries. I mean, that was one of the reasons why they got that score. That was one of the reasons why they got that win. I think he showed a lot of character.
Yeah, took good catch as well. He attacks. It takes some courage to keep swinging the bat, but I think they have to do that start. It's no good just surviving and posting something like 50 or 60 here. I mean, they have to keep attacking. It's a bit counterintuitive, especially against a bowler that's taken 3 wickets this over. That last ball of a memorable over for Moe's Raza.
Captain yet to get off the mark with Jakuma. This is the third ball he's about to face. Tries the Yorker again, Raza.
Yeah, overcooks it. And it's the end of the 6th over. Just a shade above runnable pace. Star. They are 37 for 6.
Yeah, but look, what a wonderful setting this is here. I mean, we're looking down at this ground. You can see the fan zone there to our left. It's just filling up nicely. And, well, Purple Pepper sorting out some lunches there and tucking into some of the Cerveza Victoria. And, the pitch looking absolutely superb.
Yep.
Lovely outfield. It's played. That's the other thing here. The pitch has played so well, and it's great to see the stars of Europe here coming together, entertaining us and entertaining the world. And they've given us some magical moments and some excellent matches.
You know what? We do have viewers all over the world, and you know, I've been lucky enough to play with a few cricketers still kind of plying their trade on some of the domestic and international cricket around the planet. I know quite a few of them are watching. They've been letting me know. Here's Ataullah. Second over. Well, this one could be another one. No, it's found the gap. Big chase for Abdul Mahmood, but he does well. Take on 2. And he does well to keep that to a couple. Nice bit of fielding, says the captain out there. Vijay Kumar Desai. They need something out of him. This one is fine. Right, okay, let's have a look. Is he holding?
I want to have a look at this foot.
All right, let's have a look at this one again.
I think this
from the original
left
angle.
foot may have just touched the rope here.
Yeah, I think because he holds the ball the whole time. If he touches the rope at all, it's 4. Because I didn't realise he held the ball. Let's have a look. Here we go. Next one, and there it is. It'll be 4. Jeez, that's unlucky. That's a really good effort.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see that he never lets go of the ball. So as soon as he touches the rope, I know that's 4. It wasn't a matter of it getting knocked away. So yeah, that will be 4. It's a bit unlucky though. He probably had an instinct, didn't he? Although there was a lot going on. He's touching the ground. Probably didn't even realise maybe he touched the rope. But well, you think Stars hopes of flying away like that flock. Hey, pick up a boundary. They need more. This one will just be 1. Now I was going to say, I know the Big Bash has just finished in Australia. Congratulations to Perth Scorchers actually. We're all teammates going okay in there. Had a couple of them. I know Jonathan Wells and Clint Hinchcliffe who are playing in that tournament. Clint Hinchcliffe they call Ron Burgundy because he's got a very terrible moustache. But they're tuning in. They're loving the European cricket. There's a few others as well. Smart. Look at his keeping. So quick. But yeah, to you guys, I know you're doing your 7 days isolation. Well, hasn't this come at a good time for you? And Wellesley, he fancies himself. He calls himself the modern day Michael Bevan, the finisher. Well, I tell you what, see if you can do it against some of these bowlers we've seen this week, because we've seen some next level stuff. I mean, can you believe it? Record power play yesterday, golden ball today, near golden ball, next match, can't beat it.
More drama to come. This one hits the toe end. Oh. I don't think you expected to be in the picture for this one, Ula. I think you reacted a little bit late. And, I think if you went a bit earlier, but you probably would have been a caught and bowled opportunity. You see here, he stopped for a minute and then think, hang on a minute.
It was go-go gadget arm, wasn't it? Couldn't quite reach. It's been good though. He conceded 9 in 10 deliveries. He might concede a few more here, or he might not. It's touch and go, and it's taken. Musa Mahmood takes the catch. Oh, it's just a disturbing collapse if you're a Luxembourg supporter. They have now lost 7 wickets for the loss of 12 runs, and this is one that really had to go the journey. That's the nature of it. Not always easy to time the full toss. And Musa Mahmood, that was really good fielding. He knew exactly where the rope was. See how he does it? He doesn't actually get behind it because he thinks he might run out of room, so he just takes it to the side of himself. It's a slightly more difficult catch, but it was the right option as it's 43 for 7.
That's a sensational catch, you know. That is such a good catch. He's made that look really easy. That is very difficult because he had to make... I don't think there's any other way he could have taken that comfortably, and the only way to do it is side on, and you're taking the ball at a height where he's already going over the rope. That's a really good catch, and well, he gets a bit lucky though, doesn't he? I mean, it was a attempted slower ball. It ends up being a full toss, and the fact that the pace wasn't on it is why it didn't go over the boundary. But you're right, the captain has to depart, and he's seeing his side fall away here, 43 for 7. And we've said how Star have got better with each game, but unfortunately it looks like in this one they're going back to the way they started.
Yeah, and look, the one thing that's a bit different at the moment is the wind is pretty brisk, and it's actually coming right to left on the screen. So the right-handers have loved trying to pick off that jungle all week. To the right of screen, you see it in the background. But see, a ball like that, if the wind's not there, I think it probably carries for 6, but it just blows back. It's a bit more difficult to clear it. Atullah gets the second wicket. He's been excellent. He's got 2 for 9. Here's the last ball of his spell. That's probably fine as well. So it's going to be the end of the over, and Star are having a bit of trouble at the moment. It's 43 for 7 after 7 overs. And just to let you know exactly what is to come with 7 overs down, I can tell you that there's plenty more to come. In fact, there's 144 matches in this series. This is what we've had today. You see the Titans getting knocked out. They were the 5 seeds due to their performance in the round robin, but Star pulled off a miracle golden ball victory in match 17, eliminated number 1. So that's why these two are meeting in match number 19. You can see there, as it says, the winner will qualify with the top 3 for finals Friday. So it looks fun. I'm well on top at the moment. You see the wind playing havoc at the moment with a bit of debris coming across the field. But yeah, that game later on, Tunbridge Wells and Drur are without a win. So to force a kind of net run rate split of those top 3 positions, they're going to have to win and win well.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something, if Drur pull out a performance like last night, they will go to the top of the table. If it goes down net run rate, you can't do much better than chasing down 88 in 19 balls. As we see Zishan Khan coming back for a second over. This is just what I worried about with Star CC, Rico. You're on a high, and then you need a good start. And they had 1 or 2 promising shots, but yeah, since they hit 30, it's been all downhill. A bit like my life, actually. But it's certainly been taking a tumble, and I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
Spice this game up.
I'll leave that to the chat.
I can talk you through it. Swing and a miss from Harpal. There are a few people worrying about my wardrobe. I know you worry about the grass stains. A few people have said they were worrying about the seams. I can tell you that everything is fine. Everything is where it should be. Join us in the live chat though. ECN European Cricket Network. Let us know how you're enjoying the ECL. First time we've had it for 2.5 years. More teams, more matches, more weeks. To go from 3 days to 6 weeks in just 2.5 years is pretty amazing.
So we're going to miss a question on the chat there. I think it's from Kieran Wood. I think that's one that maybe you, Maxi, you want to address. Talking about some scenarios that could crop up.
I'm talking about. So basically there's a mini table. We'll get it up actually at the start of match 5, but you'll get to see that there is a mini table for the top 3. So if they're all 1 and 1, so if Drew went, they'll all be level on 2 points. It will go down to net run rate. So actually England's win, that was the barest. So I think they'll probably be 3rd, to be honest. There's another one, and Zishan Khan deserves it. He's got 3 for 2. Off 1.4, and unfortunately Harpal's going to have to dance off the field, and it won't be a happy dance as he chews up 8 balls. It's kind of on a hiding to nothing there, but Zishan Khan, he has been on target. 3rd wicket for him, and the Stars.
He just put away. You can see Harpal, he's played and missed this a few times, but he doesn't give up. But you see, this is what Corey will tell you. That foot's going in the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's taking the foot away. He's opening himself up, and there's no way he's going to make good firm contact. There's a half pile departs, and well, those wickets keep tumbling for not too many runs. And just to remind you, they were 28 without loss at the end of the power play. So a lot has happened since then, and they have tried. But I think, look, whatever happens, whatever they end up with at the end of, well, I say at the end of these 10 overs, they've got to see out the 10 overs first. But whatever the score is, they're not going to give it up. They'll fight all the way.
Well, they've had a great time, and look, they've got a highlight that will last forever now. Well, a couple of highlights, really. Firstly, the last ball of regulation, then the golden ball. It's just played out for a single. Yeah, I mean, that foot going to the leg side, it's kind of modern batting. It's called like clearing your front leg, which just kind of makes it easy to hit down the ground. It's aggressive, but it's risky, and especially if you're struggling to find the correct line of the ball. It's all about getting that leg out the way, but it also means the stumps are unprotected if you miss it with your bat. Sishan Khan, last ball of his spell. 3 for 3. I think this is a bump ball. And I think there's no serious appeal in the end, so
Great take, though.
I will survive. Yeah, well, Hashmi, he's still having a good time, isn't he? Yeah, see that hits the edge, then hits the chalk. And Hashmi, this is a seat shot here as well. So, good stop though, saves 4. Yeah, nothing going right for the Stars at the moment. It's the end of another over. It's 44 for 8. So, all to play for. Oh, this one could be another one. Well, they're queuing up for this, and it's going to be a 9th wicket. And it's procession at the moment for Svanholm, who've rocked up from the Sunset Beat Lodge on our bus. Off.
No, you don't change.
Can't lose if you're chasing 50. I actually think I'd sit him out.
And I think he'd want to bat.
I think to, but I would say bat tomorrow if you want to bat.
I think he's in good form. You stay in good form. You know, because you don't want him to, if he does a bad one tomorrow, you don't want him thinking, you see, it's because I didn't bat. I should have just continued to get me on. I think, because the other thing is,
how serious the injury is, I think. Because then you got to start saying, okay, and tomorrow, if you're going to win the championship, you need to win 3 games. Does he have 3 games in him? If it's getting a little bit worse every time, you know, you're not getting anything out of him this today. I mean, you might not got off in 2 overs, but there's another one, and it's going to be all over. Balasubramanian. He's got to go. So it's an early finish here in the first half. That is the lowest score of the ECL as Decisive. Now they're on a cloud, but they've come back to ground pretty quickly with all 10 wickets being lost in 8.5 overs. They are all out for 44.
Yeah, I mean, it's credit to Svanholm. I mean, they've done what they've got to do pretty well. I mean, they had a bit of an early scare because of the start that Star got off to. No wicket lost in 28, the power play, and then 31's when the first wicket fell in that 4th over. But they stuck to the guns, they just bowled at the stumps, and I think the way you sum that up is that it was they just bowled it straight and let Star batters make the mistake. A lot of those wickets was play and miss. Pretty happy Svanholm team. The champions of Denmark make their way off the field of play, and I think they'll be looking to get these runs pretty quickly. It's one thing they didn't do yesterday, and they'll be looking to make amends of it here. Started well, look, they were on their feet and making a lot of noise because there were nice shots being played, but well, it didn't last for too long.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, that collapse then. 10 wickets for 13 runs after they were 31 without loss. It was all smiles at this stage. No problems at all, but there are about to be plenty of problems for Star. This innings just went off the rails really, really badly. Because, I mean, from the moment they hit their first wicket, they only got 1 more boundary. Apart from that, there's a bunch of wickets as now it's one after another, and sometimes there were multiple fielders that were able to catch them. such was the way it was going. Moise Raza came up with 3 wickets in an over. Well, that was handy. Then we saw Ataullah contributing. Zishan Khan thought bowled really well. He also took 3 wickets. Takir Ahmed, well, they always had him. They'd always save him for the last. Well, they bowled him in the 9th because they thought, well, I think maybe this will be the last over. And indeed it was, as a simple catch finished this off. Well, I've got the last game off. I might get a cosy spot in the fan zone because I might be there sooner than you think. As Takir Ahmed said, enough's enough, and he finished it at 44. So, very, very low score. We'll take you through the scorecard. And really, it was a bright opening partnership. They seemed like they might have that kind of break they had last game. They needed a bit of luck, but then after that, well, it doesn't make pleasant reading. And it looks like Svanholm chasing 45. To me, honestly, it will be, do they risk Hamid Shah in this chase, or do they keep up for tomorrow morning? I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, we will have to wait and find out. But like you say, Audi, Shipkan and Gill getting into double figures. Nobody else did. I mean, the rest after that, it is the 801 phone number, isn't it? Thuma, he was there, just 2 balls. He's probably just going to get on strike. Thuma, and just have a look at the bowling figures. Well, look, this absolutely marvellous. 3 wickets there for Raza. Remember, he wasn't a hat-trick at one point, and no runs off the bat. At that point, he was Ataullah. I think he was sensational, bowled really well, and somebody else who bowled brilliantly and picked up 3 wickets as well. Zishan Khan, I mean, just 3 runs. I think his radar was spot on there today, and the only man who was didn't get in the wickets there, Munir, went for 13 off his 1 over. But Svanholm, well, you would think that they've done more than enough here. I mean, Star have already put or maybe there is. Join me and Mr. Maximo in about 10 minutes time as we return to this Eliminator number 2 at the fantastic Cardamom Oval Cricket Ground, and hope you're enjoying the cricket. Well, we're certainly enjoying the cricket. We're also enjoying the sunshine, and we're also enjoying the company of everyone around this ground. And keep your comments coming in the chat. Any more questions that you do have for us, please put them in there. We'll do our best to answer them. And of course, namaste to everybody that's watching in the Sub-Indian continent via fan code. Join us in about 10 minutes time as we come back to the conclusion of our second Eliminator here at the Cardamom Cricket Ground in Malaga. Hasta pronto. Hello and welcome back, Bienvenidos. We are back at the Cardamom Oval for the Eliminator. Now we know that Star CC, they were successful in their first Eliminator against the Helsinki Titans, but they almost, I said then, they sort of came back from the dead. Well, they're able to do it once, and if they come back from this one, well, this will be the greatest comeback ever. They've been skittled out for 44 and off 8.3 overs, so they're losing out on 9 balls as well. So Svanholm, 45 required for victory, and for that 45 will put them in to tomorrow's finals day. But it's still going to be a hard task for them if they are to represent Group A in finals week. Remember, that will happen starting on the 14th of March, finals week. 6 weeks of competition in total. A total of 144 matches. The final will be on the 18th of March. What have they got? They're going with Madden. No surprise straight away. If anyone can cause an upset and get you some quick wickets, certainly he can. And, look, what a series he's had as well. One or two of these players. So Zishan Shah has faced the first ball. He pushes this one out, takes a single. And, Vinny, what do you reckon? I mean, this would be the great escape, wouldn't it, if they managed to pull this out?
It'll smash another record, which is the lowest total defended, which currently stands at 63. It was originally done by Men in Blue in February 2021, and then Decathlon in Greece were able to do that against Forge in that series in Corfu, but 44. It's undefendable. So Svanholm, I think they don't get that much out of this game. I suppose what they're going to get is they're going to get a short game. And look, I picked it. I thought they may not bat Hamid Shah, but the news is they are batting 2 new openers. Zishan Shah is out there with Hashmi, the keeper. So maybe just taking this opportunity, look, get some batting into you, because tomorrow we might need you. And maybe that's smart as well. So I take your point about, okay, stick with what's working for you, but this really is the best practice that you'll have. Yeah. They don't really have time to practice because of the schedule this week. So you've got 2 players. Zishan Shah, he'll bat 3 or maybe 4. And he really impressed me in 2019, but he hasn't quite recaptured that form.
That's right, yeah.
And then Hashmi is a guy who's capable, normally comes in about 6. So if they lose some quick wickets tomorrow, these are the guys who are going to have to do it. So I actually think this is pretty smart from Svanholm. Don't have to worry about net run rate or anything like that. As we see, a swing and a miss from Zishan Shah. He likes to loft the ball over cover. That's his signature shot. And yeah, that's not even... I'd probably actually say even if Hamid Shah was fit, I wouldn't bat him here, because I think he's already full of confidence. You've got to remember that you're going to want to have more batters feeling confident going to such a pressure situation tomorrow. This is driven away, and this will be the first boundary of the innings. Zishan Shah, he gets something from Madden that's pitched up, and he drives it nicely through the gap in the offside. 4 runs.
Yeah, nice shot. He uses his feet well. He knows where he's putting this.
How good are these caps? Just take a moment. Like the shot, like the caps. We both agreed we like the kits of Star CC. I heard you and Corey
talking
about it last night. He asked me, and I said, I think the orange of Star CC is my favourite. But they're all fantastic, I have to say. Fan zone. That's where I'll be pretty quickly, I think. Last ball of the over.
Pretty full. Oh!
Up ball.
Well,
easy.
What a stop
easy.
that is.
Easy.
No, what a stop it is. I thought he was...
We're not quite yet. Did you know this was a bump ball?
Oh yeah, it was the stop. Look at this. That was going like a rocket.
That was a bigger noise than you made when Hamid Shah pulled off his one-hander.
Oh no, that was...
Big Harpal fan though.
Great
Feel
shot.
like we're about to see the last of him for a while though. As after 1 over, the score is 6 for no loss. Well, hope you're going well, no matter where you are watching around the world, and it's great to have your company. It's going to be looks like pretty short finish to this one, but look, you've got to love the way Star CC have played, and that golden ball moment, that is what the ECL is all about. That's a moment that I think everyone here, probably all of you around the world, probably remember for a very long time. Let's go back to the live action as The captain, VJ Decisive, comes into the attack. Umpire once again in the action. Dot ball. You've had 2 in a row because you've been up here for both those last 2 games, and edge of your seat stuff.
Yeah, they've been sensational. The cricket has really been sensational. I mean, see this delivery here. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Love the way he waits for this, and this goes all the way over to the boundary. And put your hands up in the air. That's Harrison Ward giving the signal. Waits for it all the way onto the bat. Really nice shot. And just sort of almost scoops it away over the boundary. Lovely shot. Nicely played.
Every shot that these guys can get away, it's just going to build them some confidence. And could come into the equation tomorrow.
Single here, but go back to what we were saying. I think all the teams have been fabulous, and of course we've had the advantage to see them off the field as well. I think the way they've interacted with each other on the ground, back at base at the Sunset Beach Club Hotel, it's been absolutely beautiful. It's been great. Just scooping that over. Harper again doing the chasing. He's the magnet in this one, and I think it's positive to see, because we're seeing, I often talk about it's a community of spirit. European cricket, it's all about being a big community and networking together. We talk about how the federations do that, and the players are starting to do it as well, and it's good to see. It's moving the sport forward. Harper again, well there you go, look at that, Harper.
The game, isn't it?
You may be thinking that this perhaps is the last opportunity for a bit of camera time, and he's making the most of it.
Love to see him back with the national team. September, October this year. See if Luxembourg qualify for ECC 22, I should say.
Well, this was the old lob. I think this has been a nice lob in tennis. Look at this. He says, "Okay, there you go." The bowler says, "Oh, that's not mine."
Perfectly executed.
Over. 15.
This is where we are at the moment. You can see Svanholm taking on Star CC. We're about to see Star CC deactivated your fancy. So Svanholm tomorrow, they will play another Eliminator. So that's why it's so hard when you finish the bottom 3. So it'll be, at the moment, your money it would be on Drew. But it really could be anybody, theoretically. So they'll play one of the top 3, but they won't know exactly who until the conclusion of the last match today. So looks like Mudden is going to come back again. Can't say enough good things about Luxembourg though, Star CC in particular. The way they've gone about the cricket, and we remember their national team was really popular, even though they didn't win a game. So now Luxembourg, we can now say that Luxembourg have won a game on the European Cricket Network.
Yeah, that's it. And won a game. Look, not only have they won a game, they've won a game that I think people will remember forever. You will remember that game forever. You will remember the scenes forever. Sorry about the delay here. I think the umpires are just sorting things out with perhaps some of the technical scoring things here. So we have a slight delay. But look, one thing I want to say is that, and I've said this a few times, I want to say it again, I think the passion that Star have shown, not just on the pitch, off the field. They're a lovely bunch of lads.
Yeah.
We talk about Harper, but their captain as well, Vijay Kumar.
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's developing and growing the sport, not just in Europe, but in Luxembourg as well. A lot of good things happening in Luxembourg.
Beautiful ground there.
Okay. Great ground. We've
Beautiful
seen
ground.
And, it's women's cricket there, juniors cricket. These guys will go back as heroes.
Yeah.
They'll be cult figures. They will help to develop that game and help it grow. Because I think also now people in Luxembourg have seen what they can inspire to, where they can get to.
Can you believe they're going to walk away with their only win of the week being a golden ball win? I think a golden ball win, the feeling has to be like 100 wins all at once. Yeah. It's something your brain's just going crazy.
But it's everything. I mean, just think about the match in itself. They weren't in it. Halfway stage, they weren't in it. 87, I think it was, for 1.
They needed 21 off the last 4 overs with plenty of wickets in hand.
And that shows something.
Couldn't get there, could only get 20.
And I think a lot of people will say, never think it's over. Remember what Luxembourg did. That's what they've done here. This would be a wide. So, and I was talking to Corey about that. I said, when things like that happen, that's what coaches use. When the chips are down and you need a pick-me-up, that's what the people were saying. Well, remember, the Bet to Ball ECL 2022. Remember Star CC? Remember the team from Luxembourg? They were never in it. And what happened? Well, we know what happened. They went on to win it, tied the match.
Funny thing, it's not even the most dramatic collapse.
Holding the ball, they won it.
I've probably seen about 5 or 6 even worse collapses. That's the pressure of the chase, and with new batters having to chase.
Yeah.
Pulled away, and this one is going to go to the boundary. So Hashmi, nice shot from him. And yeah, I'll just reiterate, I think it is smart. I think it's smart to get some more batting to some guys. Now, you wouldn't do it even if you're chasing 70 or 80, I think. You just don't want to risk the result because otherwise there is no tomorrow. But I mean, it will be impossible, you'd say, to not chase down 45. You'll probably do it blindfolded with one hand tied behind your back. No disrespect to the Luxembourg
batting. That's probably
batting.
going just a little bit too far. I mean, you've got both your legs and both your eyes are still falling over.
Maybe that was a bit extreme. So you see the next ball. It's played away for a single. And the good news is, do you want a bit of a funny behind the scenes story?
Yeah.
Is that Takua, or Rutledge Tuma, I should say, speaks wonderful German, and he was booked in to have an interview on German radio at 5 o'clock today, which is in about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That was booked by our CEO, Roger Feiner, who also speaks fantastic German, being Swiss. That was predicated on the fact that they weren't going to win the game. So they organised that, thinking, oh well, you know.
Wow, there you
he said, look, you'd be perfect for this German radio interview to talk about cricket in German and all that. And so then they won, and but now it looks like they're going to lose so early, they might still make it. So I don't know what to make of that. Behind the scenes tales, whipped off the pads. Just one though.
I can tell you one thing though, going back to Star, that I know which team will be partying tonight because they've got something to celebrate, because what they've done here today has been absolutely amazing, been fantastic, and too right, go for it boys, that's what I say. Nicely played, and they'll go back to Luxembourg with their heads held high, they really will, and I think they'll gained and got a lot of respect from everyone around, not just the ground here, but everyone that associated with European cricket. Nice shot there off Hamid Shah, the captain of Svan Holm, looking quite confident at the moment. That's a peach. That's a lovely. And that I've said earlier when we first talked about Star CC. He played a lot of his cricket in South Africa before he settled in Luxembourg. And you certainly can see that he's learnt a lot of good cricket out there.
Yes, what's coming up next? Tunbridge Wells versus Dra. Interesting. Tunbridge Wells won the toss. Chris Williams, he was all business at the toss as well. They've had a couple of close, a couple of close encounters. They've one close encounter and a thrashing in the last 2 games. They're 5-1 though, and they've won the toss, selected to bat first. But that's how it played out yesterday. They didn't bat that well, but a couple of big ins for them. Can Dra get the big fish of the English champions? As we see, both these batters very nice off their pads. Well, this one's timed really well. Nice little through ball from Vishwanath.
Yeah, it wasn't the best pass.
Not the best.
The fielder, not the best lay on.
The other fielders didn't anticipate it. That was the problem here. We've already seen a diving header for 4.
Oh wow, yeah. And that was in that match.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How
often you headbutt the ball for 4 from the infield and still end up winning the game.
Lovely
nice
shot.
Drive. Yeah, just one though. So, no, that's Svan Holm. Not really in a huge rush to do this. Just trying to get a bit more confidence. Just one here. So I suppose what makes this different to maybe a group match is you always think about your net run rate in a group match, whereas this is just winner takes all, isn't it? So it's not the worst thing for them to knock it around a bit and just get the feet moving, get a few technical things right. Especially these two. It's just it feels a bit like a net session here. It's being televised globally around the world. In the air. Yeah, it's going to carry all the way. Maximo time. Zishan Shah. Well, he wants some runs. And he needs some going into tomorrow. And he gets a nice one away over the wicket here for 6. As Svanholm zero in on this target.
Yeah, that was a nice shot from Zishan. And he's probably just thinking, well, hang on a minute. It's enough of the tiki-taka. Let's have a bit of boom-boom.
Nice 4 byes. Yeah.
It's everything.
Manapali's had a good week, but it just doesn't get the line right on this one. And yeah, Manapali, sometimes hard when they're full because they kind of york you. You see here, it just doesn't keep the legs together. He'll know that he got his gloves up too high because you need to try and keep him down as long as possible. Unfortunately, that 4 byes takes them within 11 of this target. Really enjoyed watching Star CC though. So excited to be here. I remember talking to Harpal back during the ECC about the prospect of coming back here in 2022. Speak of the devil. There he is. Oh, I'm just scared. I won't see any more dancing from Harpal. Well, throw him the ball because that's the end of the 4th over. That's 38 for no loss.
No loss, 38, and for a moment Harpal wasn't letting go of the ball. He kept it for a long time. He was hoping that Vijayakumar, the captain, was going to turn around and say, all right, keep hold of it, but it wasn't to be. It's going to be Vishwanath who's going to bowl this over. So look, come on, you haven't told us about if you've tried some of this, if you've had your squidding yet. Yeah, have you
saving it for the weekend. Haven't had much time. Well, when you hopping countries a couple of times in a day, so easy. So
you do a bit of hopping, didn't you?
Been doing a bit of hopping, hopping and bopping today. Yeah. Looks like we're going to get Roshan Vishwanath to bowl this over, which you feel might be the last of their tournament. Star CC well struck, and this one is going to beat the fielder to the boundary. So 4 takes them into the 40s, and well, it's been a mauling by Svanholm here in the second eliminator. That one takes him within 3 of the target.
Yeah, nice shot. I mean, I know you're looking forward to your pie. I'm looking forward to some Gambas Pil. I know it's lunchtime.
Oh yeah. You haven't had your lunch yet?
No, I haven't had lunch yet.
3 to win. And this will do it. And I think they're going to finish with a Maximo. Well, down near the giant ice cube. Well, 4 is the call in the end. I think it was 1 bounce. But it's going to be a simple win for Svanholm. They do this in under half the allotted time. They win with 34 balls to spare. And no doubt about it, unfortunately, Star CC, look, so often it happens after you've spent all this emotional energy. You've come back from the dead, essentially. But they were a dead man walking in the 4th match of the day. Look, credit to the men from Luxembourg. Really enjoyed getting to know them. Love the way they play their cricket. They've been really sporting, and they've created a memory, not just for themselves, but for so many people that were here, watching around the world. Well, there's Dancing Harpal, but he'll have to watch the rest of this tournament from the sidelines. Look, credit to the openers that they sent out there. I think it's strategically a clever thing, because you've already got a couple of batters that have plenty of confidence, have had plenty of balls. So they picked a couple that they said, look, you go out there and you win us the game, spend some time out in the middle, and in the end, they do it in pretty quick time. 10.62 and over was the run rate. So even though it didn't look like they were rushing, they still were able to clear the ropes twice, and also 4 boundaries. Section Shah finishing 18 not out, and Hashmi, the keeper, with 23 not out. But yeah, Star CC, I've enjoyed watching them, particularly Madan, and they threw the ball to Madan, and well, they're just hoping for the best. Well, the big ball, good place for shelter on a sunny day in Kartama. And well, this got Rico excited, a bit of a one-hand, one bounce, a bit like your effort yesterday actually, Rico, in the fan zone. And then this one was launched to nowhere by Kumar. Well, he better get in a taxi pretty quickly and get over to the radio station, because I think he might still make it. And apart from that, you knew this was going to be a pretty short innings, as called. Now, the Danes, this is almost like a vacation day for them, you'd have to say, after a dramatic first half, where they essentially bowled out the Luxembourg club for 13 after they were 31 for no loss. The Giant Ice Cube houses the last ball of the match, but sorry to say goodbye to Star CC, wishing them well, of course, in their domestic competition. Look, if they were to win that, then they'll be back again here next year in ECL 23. There's the scorecard, and Zishan Shah and Hashmi knocking runs off pretty systematically, and they do it in 4.2 overs. But you see some of the options they've got there that didn't go out in the middle today. It was Mahmood and Hamid Shah. I think they'll be key, and they'll have it once again an eliminator. Well, every match essentially is an eliminator for Svanholm. They need to win 3 matches tomorrow, and pretty much to win the group, they're going to have to beat all 3 of those top 3 sides. That's what they can expect. Okay, let's have a look at the bowling figures. And Al Madan, he's had a pretty good series, hasn't he? 15 off his 2. That's not too bad at all. Decisive with 19 off his 2 overs, and Vishwanath came in at the end. But Rico, it's always sad when we have to say goodbye to teams, and today we've had to say goodbye to the Helsinki Titans, who played some good cricket this week. They got close in quite a few games and couldn't quite manage to go any further than Super Thursday. Same goes for Star CC. And that wasn't their best performance, no doubt, but remember, they did get him within 10 runs of Tunbridge Wells. They pulled off the golden ball victory, wishing them well. And Svanholm, well, you know, they fell on finals Friday back in ECL 19, although I think it was a Wednesday back then, but they did kind of finish 3rd then. I think they want to push up and try and make that final at least in this group week, and then hopefully anything can happen from there. And it'll be really interesting to see what happens in those matches tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But I mean, like, you know, they're going to do it the hard way. It's a long day for them tomorrow. I mean, if they're to get there, I mean, they would have done it the hard way. And you'd have to say, if they did, then they would thoroughly deserve it as well.
Yeah, so Zishan Khan, man of the match in that one. No surprises there. 3 for 3 off 2 overs. Outstanding figures. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not too upset with that result, because that's me for the day. I'm going to watch the rest of the day from the fan zone and leave you and Corey to do the late shift. So thanks again to all of our viewers for your interaction today and joining us in the live chat. I want to wish you well, and I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry about that for Finals Friday. But until then, this is Vinny Sandu, Mr. Maximo, along with Rico Full. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Plenty of sun out here and plenty of action on the way. The rematch of the 13 Minutes of Madness is on the way. It'll be Drew, who will be chasing against Tunbridge Wells in match 20. Playoff number 3 will determine the double chance. See you shortly on ECN. You're watching the Bet2Ball European Cricket League.